Darling Stadium, October the 12th, 2012. It's Friday Night Football on LSC, your local sports channel.
And welcome everybody again at Darling Stadium. Mike Hauser and Paul Rowe and the rest of the LSC crew here. Tonight, the homestanding Bethel Bruins will be playing host to the Kecoughtan Warriors. A couple of good teams tonight, and a very critical game for both teams in regards to the playoff situation.
Yes, it is. Bethel, just as the paper quoted, just kind of worked their way into that playoff picture. And, of course, they've had some great wins here recently, Mike. And Kecoughtan is kind of on the edge tonight. They're going to have to play a really great game to win against Bethel here and get a shot at the playoffs.
Well, if you look at the district standings currently, the Phoebus Phantoms still undefeated after winning last night 7-0. The Crabbers follow right behind them 6-1. Bethel 5-1, looking to catch up with the Crabbers tonight, and Kecoughtan right behind them. So you got 10 schools in the Peninsula District, and all 4 of the Hampton schools are right there at the top in the district standings. So the city of Hampton can be really proud of all the schools here playing in the district this year. Being they're being very competitive, and as always, Hampton and Phoebus, what can you say? But tonight, the Bethel Bruins got a couple of good players to look for, and we'll be talking about some of the players as we go along.
And they've got some good ones. I'll tell you what, we've watched the young kid, the tailback for the Bethel Bruins, Jihad Hudson. Really good speed, tough little guy that will hit that line and go to town. On the opposite side, Kecoughtan, they have the tailback, Trenton Cannon. You hear that name all the time. You read it in the paper. Small little guy, but as Brent has talked to me about, this kid is so quick. When he gets around the corner, he's just a flash of gone. Well, and we've seen that in our games up here.
He led the district last year in rushing, and he's right up there again, looking to become the first 1,000-yard rusher on the season tonight. I believe he's just about 60 yards shy of that. So we may have another 1,000-yard rusher here tonight, and we may see it tonight, depending on what kind of defense Bethel comes in here playing tonight.
And they play good defense. I'll tell you what, we've seen them play this year, and that defense has really, really taken a hard stand. Bubba Hooker, Coach Hooker, has done a tremendous job in getting this young Bethel team to believe in winning. And part of that is a tough defense. And that defense has been tough all year long. So Cannon's going to have a tough game, but he's a good young runner. And there you see some of the players out on the field here at Darling Stadium. It's a beautiful night, October the 12th. It's a Friday night, and it's really almost football weather as we look at the referees on the field. Fall has kind of come back to us a little bit. The air's kind of brisk and cool. You can almost wear a sweater or light jacket tonight, and I know the players are just hyped up when the weather gets like this. It's good football.
Keeps them from being overheated, and that's football weather. That's all there is to it. And they this is the type of weather that everybody likes to. I mean, this is good working weather. I mean, for the outdoor folks, work outside
that's
all
true.
day long. This is perfect weather today. Today was actually nice. So why don't we send it down to Brent with a special guest down on the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with head coach Alonzo Coley, first-year coach at Kecoughtan High School. Coach, last 5 years, assistant coach at Phoebus, 4 championships. Now you're the man at Kecoughtan. How has it changed you? What's your view now?
Well, it's been a good change for me. I've had to do implement my kind of things, what I want to see happen. Guys are really responding well, so it's been a good time.
Well, you got a whole lot more on your plate. So is delegation becoming a big part of your program now?
It is. Over at Phoebus, I had a lot of responsibility, so I'm kind of used to that. But, yeah, delegating is being a little different for me.
Well, this is a big game tonight, but I'm going to go a little bit different way than when I usually ask you about players. You've got the lowest number of seniors starting of any team in Hampton. You've only got 11 seniors starting from what I can count on your charts. So I want to talk about a couple of young men. You got a 10th grader by the name of Goodwin who's playing line for you. Let's talk a little bit about him.
Oh, Robert's done a good job for us. He's come up and gotten real strong, and we're really looking for good things from him. He's done a good job.
Well, I just find it rare that a 10th grader has come in, he's got that much bulk when he starts matching up against big people. Now the big change for you tonight, you're bringing out a new quarterback. He's played for you before, but he's a freshman. And Savage, and of course, Phoebus starts a freshman also, but this young man appears to be pretty impressive. He's either 5 or 4 or 6 the last time he played for you. Just talk a little bit about him.
Desmond is a great athlete. We wanted to kind of move him along slowly. Make sure he got his feet good and ready to go there, but he's come along real well. We're excited about his progress.
Well, Coach, it bids well for Kecoughtan. Your first-year coach, and you're bringing young people up and starting the fewest seniors, so this stronger for next year as you look down the line. My last question, you got a young man and a running back that's closing in on 1,000 yards tonight. Talk about him and what not only about what he produces for you on the field, but his leadership among the players. This is your last question. Give us a good shot for him.
Well, Trent works extremely hard. I mean, he was a little kid, and he's put on some good weight. Man, he works out really hard, and he runs hard for a little kid, boy. But get those legs going, turn him away. He runs real hard. So I'm impressed with him. He's a great kid. He's worked hard, and he's done a great job.
Well, Coach, I thank you so much for coming over, and good luck tonight, and congratulations on your first season. To be able to stand here with a smile with all this going on, I thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
All right, guys, thank you so much. I'll send it back up to you.
All right, thanks, Bob. Good job. As always, down there with those sideline interviews with the coaches, Brent. And I tell you what, we talk a little bit about Bethel. The quarterback for the Bethel Bruins is Trey Jackson now. That's not who we saw earlier in the season. It was a different quarterback then. But now, with this guy, he's doing a good job. So, okay, well, we'll go ahead and send it down to the sidelines as Bob's got his special desk down on the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I've got Coach Hooker with me. And Coach, congratulations. You had a good year so far. You had one game that you were completely out. The rest of them you've been in. But we just want to talk a little bit tonight about your coaching staff.
Okay, I appreciate that. They do an excellent job. I talk about the coordinators. I've talked about our academic coordinator, Mike Lawson. I've talked about Ron Johnson, our offensive coordinator, and I've talked about Bernie West, our defensive coordinator. But the rest of the coaches do a great job. My son, Dorsey Hooker, he basically is in charge of the off-season program. He's turned it over a little bit now to Coach Barker and Coach Allen as far as our strength coaches, and they're doing an excellent job. Varsity lifts on Monday, Wednesday, and the JV lifts on Tuesday and Thursday because we got to try to get stronger. Then David Porter is in charge of the offensive receivers and the defensive backs. He's also in charge of Booster Club liaison fundraising, and he organizes the moms for our pregame meals, and he does an excellent job. We have Roy Johnson. He works with our quarterbacks as well as the tight ends, and he handles our offensive scout team. And then we have Tim Smith, who handles the defensive line and assists Coach West with the offensive line, and he's taken over the special teams coordinator. So we have a good group. We have Coach Lawrence works with the kickers, and Coach Shover works with the kickers. Let me make sure I'm not leaving anybody out. Our JV coaches, Mike Clark is our head JV coach, and James Woodley is an assistant, and Mike Borm is an assistant. So we have a lot of guys that are dedicated to try to turn the young men we have into better young men.
Well, that's great, Coach. You're doing a great job over there. And I was going to talk a little bit about your weight program, but you already kind of mentioned it. Let's talk about the support you get from the administration.
Well, starting with our athletic director, that's basically our chain of command, Ray Smith. He's always supportive, always wants to know what he can do to help us. And then, above him, our assistant principal is Mr. Tim Kaysen, and he works with us as well. And then our principal, Mr. Saunders, he's new on board. He's been at Bethel before, but he's new in the role of principal, and he's very supportive. He came out actually and spoke to the football team on the practice field this week, try to motivate them a little bit.
Well, that's great. Now, we want to talk about one of the young men, and this guy is like 5'6", 145, and talk about Hudson. He gets lost behind these big linemen, but that's sometimes an advantage.
Jihad is small, but he's got a big heart, and the linemen, they know that if they keep maintaining contact and get movement, he's going to keep running. He's going to find a crack. He's going to find somewhere to wiggle to. But he's a tough young man, hard-nosed.
Well, appreciate you taking time to talk to us. Nice, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
All right, guys, we're going to go back to you.
All righty, back up here now as we again will have the Bethel Bruins and the Kecoughtan Warriors playing tonight. Basically, at this point in time, the winner of this game is really going to set themselves up better in the playoff picture. The loser, it's going to hurt them a little bit during the season. They're going to have to really come back after tonight. Of course, now Bethel are they Division 6 or Division 5? I believe they're Division 6.
They're
correct?
Division 6.
Right now they're rated. They're in number 8 position. That's correct. And Kecoughtan, I think, was one spot out of the number 8 slot in the Division 5.
I think that's correct.
But
yes.
it's going to be a tough road to hoe. The loser of this game as far as getting back into the playoff picture, because it's so competitive, especially in the Division 6, where Bethel is located at.
Yeah, well, it's competitive in the district here, period. I mean, you've still
I'm talking about playoffs.
You've still got some games to go before you get there. Kecoughtan's already played Phoebus. They're playing Bethel tonight. They still got to play Hampton yet. Yeah. So there's some tough games right there. Heritage as well.
They've done well this year.
Bethel has played Hampton already. Bethel is playing Kecoughtan tonight. They've played Phoebus already. After this, they've played the Hampton schedule, so they're going to be outside the Hampton schedule playing the Warwicks and the Heritage and so forth. Now, they beat Heritage already. So they might have just a little bit easier road at Bethel coming out of this game than Kecoughtan does. But, again, any given night, any given team can do any given thing. You never
next
know
year,
what's
my goodness, well, things are really going to get shook up next year. With all the teams being, it doesn't make any difference what they do basically in the regular season, because it's all the playoffs start going back to that other division. Guess where Phoebus is going to end up being next year?
I tell you what,
they're going to be playing the likes of Tab and Grafton and in the Division 4, even though they're playing in the Peninsula District. So the district alignment after this year is going to be totally different. Everything will be up in the air, and
that's taking nothing against those teams, Grafton and Tab. They're very good teams in their division, but you're dealing with the numbers that Phoebus gets to pick from in terms of players as compared to Grafton and Tab and the rest of the schools. They have a lower student population than the teams in division like Phoebus.
Actually, Phoebus has the same.
That's true. That's true.
That's the reason why they're being switched.
You're right.
That's the reason why they're dropping to the Division 4 next year, is because of how many students they have. So next year, well, we ought to just talk about this year. What the heck? I mean, Bethel right now has the upper hand. They're 5-1. Their only lone loss was, they've lost 2. They lost to Phoebus, right?
Yes.
And they lost to Lake Taylor, who is a very strong Division 5 team. Right now, they are tied with Phoebus in the point ratings for the Division 5. So Lake Taylor's going to be a tough team to beat too, as Bethel's already found out.
Yeah. But Bethel has come along all year long. They started out fairly well, and I tell you what I've seen from them, they progress every week. Coach Hooker has these guys really moving. I mean, you got guys like Trey Jackson at quarterback, Jihad Hudson, Justin Blue. You got the ends, Wilson. You have Sweetenberg. You got this young kid, Killebrew, who really has some good speed and plays real well. And then guys like Demetrius Dinkins and Nick Clark, Brian Moore, they come in to sub for the starters, and it's like you haven't changed anything at all. The cogs, they keep right on going. They keep right on moving. On defense, you got guys like Pretlow and King who just stuff everything. I mean, this team is moving in the right direction, and I see a lot of good things. But I see a lot of good things for Kecoughtan, too. They've got a young quarterback. They've got a new one that's starting tonight, Desmond Savage. He's going to be under center tonight. You've got Trenton Cannon, who's he's unbelievable. I mean, when you see him run, you just want to watch him and stay with him. Thomas Kofi, the fullback for the Warriors, grinds it out. Game after game after game. Williams and Baxter at the end. These kids running great routes, trying to spread it out and give the running back some room to run. And on offense, you've got linebackers like Morgan, who just a great job. It's wonderful, I tell you.
All right, let's send it down to Bob.
If you hear that, that is the Olympic song that they're playing for Francina McCrory, who is in the middle of the field, the gold medalist from Bethel High School and Hampton University. You'll see her out there with Eddie Williams, who is the track coach over Bethel, and Mr. Saunders, who is the principal. And you can see they got a jersey out there, and of course, if you look around her neck, and you'll see the gold medal this young lady has won. This is just a tremendous thing and an honor for not only the Hampton, Bethel High School, and the peninsula in itself. I'll try.
Oh, very good.
Walk with this way,
Francine McCrory, Olympic champion. Right here from Hampton, Mike. Right here from Hampton.
Bethel High School.
That's amazing. That is simply amazing.
As you can see right now, probably here, the Bethel Bruin band entering the field along with their color guard, as we will have their national anthem here shortly.
Here I got here with me, Francina. Bless your heart. Good to see you again. We had you in the studio before you went over. You went over and you did the job and won the gold medal.
Yes, I feel so blessed and honored. It was such an amazing feeling holding that flag up behind my head and crossing the finish line first. So I had so much fun.
Well, you know, you're such a pleasure to talk to because you've always got a smile on your face. But the city, the peninsula, and especially Bethel High School and Coach Williams are so proud of you.
And I thank you guys. You guys have always supported me ever since I did track in high school. So I can always count on you guys. And even when I was over in London, I felt like you guys were really behind me. So I thank you.
Then be followed by a moment
It's always a pleasure to talk to you. And good luck in the future.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, go back up to you.
All right, let's send it down for the national anthem.
Thank you, everyone. support and help us continue to celebrate the proud past and promising future of interscholastic sports and activities.
And welcome back up here again at Darling Stadium. The Bethel Bruins playing host to the Kecoughtan Warriors. Let's send it down to the side of the field where Bob and Brent will have final words prior to the start of this game.
Thanks again, guys. Bob, here we are, 7th week coming up. And this is a big game. Most people haven't put that much in the 7th game, but we're talking about playoff contention now. Yeah. And you got Bethel coming in. They just creep in as the 8th seed, but they've got a tough part of their schedule over. They've already played Hampton, they've already played Phoebus, and they split. Kecoughtan, on the other hand, they're playing Bethel tonight. They still got Heritage, and they still got Hampton to face. So this game means a lot to both teams.
Well, it always does when you have two teams that are this from the Hampton area. These kids know each other. They grew up playing against each other, playing with each other in different sports, so they know each other. But I'm really impressed with Bethel. They've got a lot of options. They've got this young man, Hudson, who runs the ball, Blue, who runs the ball real well, and the quarterback, Jackson, is got where he's really throwing the ball. So they've got a lot more options, and their philosophy is, I want to keep the offensive ball, and I want to take up time off the clock and keep their offense off the field.
And then you turn around and you look at Kecoughtan, they're kind of in the same mind thought. Don't know if they have the personnel to pull it off.
Right.
Tonight they're going with a young quarterback, a freshman. But, for a first-year quarterback, maybe that's the right way to go. Build somebody's confidence and bring him along. You got 3 more years after this. But he came out very impressive in the last quarter last week, and he threw a touchdown of over 100 yards and was either, as whoever you listen to, is either 5 for 5 or 4 for 6, depends on who's keeping his stats. But interesting game tonight because 2 running backs, one about to close in on 1,000 yards tonight. Maybe he's got 60 yards to go, and he breaks in the 7th game. Ain't a lot of teams that have got that guy. But you turn around, like you said about Hudson, this little guy is a scat back. He's a water bug. I'm gonna tell you what, all of a sudden he pops out somewhere and he's gone. And Hampton found out this young man ain't easy to find.
Right, and he's not easy to bring down once you hit him. He's not big in stature, but I'll tell you, that heart is huge because once you can hit him and he's not going down right away, he's going to keep running. But I look at Kecoughtan, they got a new coach. They've had new coaches for the last 3 or 4 years. It seems like every time you turn around. So these kids are really just now starting to get used to Coach Coley's his methods and his terminology and his offensive, defensive sets and all that. So, it's going to be interesting tonight. But you go right back into who's going to be able to keep the other team's offense off the field.
And that's where it comes down to. Bethel has got an established running back and a quarterback that's been playing for the season. Like you said earlier, he's starting to hit his passes. Kecoughtan has a question mark. We're hoping you just hit the whole key right here. This game is very important, but it's going to be more interesting than you think if you watch the talent that's on the field. Now that you take it back.
Both teams got tremendous talent. I love this Cannon kid. You get him outside, he's hard to catch. And so we'll see what's going to happen. But this is going to be an interesting game. Just like you said, I'm really looking forward to it. All right, so what we're going to do now, we want to stay tuned for our corporate sponsors.
Today's game is sponsored by the Grey Goose Restaurant, located on West Queensway in Hampton. Enjoy a wide selection of breakfast and lunch dishes, sure to please your appetite. Follow the Grey Goose Restaurant on Facebook. The restaurant is also a bakery. Smith Brothers Funeral Home of Hampton is located in Phoebus, has been serving the community since 1862. Smith Brothers are here to serve your needs. The funeral director is Andrew T. Smith, Jr. Tidewater Team Sports, located at 11839B Cannon Boulevard in Oyster Point, Newport News. Tidewater Team Sports is your one-stop sports headquarters for screen printing, embroidery, uniforms, and apparel. Call 594-0411 and talk to David Chubb or Terry McNamara. Today's game is sponsored in part by the attorneys at Kaufman & Knowles, with offices in Hampton on Cunningham Drive across from Peninsula Town Center and in Newport News at City Center. Kaufman & Knowles. We can and we will. Beach Hardware, located at 1951 East Pembroke Avenue in the Buckrow Shopping Center. Beach Hardware is your friendly local hardware store with everything you need to maintain your home inside and out. Eric Thompson Realtor. Contact Eric to buy or sell a home or property. Give Eric a call at 685-3172 or email him at eric@findhrhomes.com.
All right, we're back here up at the booth now with Mike Hauser along with Paul Rowe. Down on the field right now with the captains with the coin toss.
Deferred. Kecoughtan's won the toss. They defer.
It looks like the Bethel Bruins will be on offense.
First half, Bethel will receive.
Kecoughtan will be defending the east end zone tonight. And we'll go ahead and show you the offensive starters for the Bethel Bruins.
For the Bruins tonight, the tackle, Mark Maddox, the guard, Ricky Walker, center, Grant Wilson, the right guard, Javon Smith, and the right tackle, Josh Jones. The receivers, the tight end, Turner Paxton, the wide receivers, Alexander Wilson and Corey Sweetenberg. In the backfield, the quarterback, Trey Jackson, tailback, Jihad Hudson, and the fullback, Justin Blue. That's the Bethel Bruin offense tonight that you're going to see on the field.
All right, Corey Sweetenberg.
This game is about ready to start, and we're going to give you the Kecoughtan defense at this time. For the Kecoughtan Warriors, the DN, Germano Schultz, the tackle, Martin Massioni, the tackle, Samir Sargent, and the end, Brian Lipscomb. The linebackers, Thomas Kofi, Keesaw Morgan, Dejon Hogan. The cornerbacks, Corbin Baxter, Dominic Gilliam. Then the safety looks like Zacarlo Jamos, and the strong safety, Kayshawn Lynch. And I apologize if I pronounced that name incorrectly there.
And Alejandro kicking off for the Kecoughtan Warriors deep is Antonio Killebrew for the Bethel Bruins. As Killebrew at the 11. Cuts it to the near side 30. Another missed tackle by the Warriors, and down he goes at about the 33-yard line. So Bethel starts their first offensive series of downs, 1st and 10, as the ball will be sitting near the 34-yard line.
Nice little run by Killebrew there. He's finally brought down by number 21, James Zachary of Kecoughtan, who made the open field tackle. Tell you what, Mike, you mentioned that he already slipped a couple tackles, and if he'd slipped that one right there, he had a lot of greenery between him and the end zone, and that was about it.
Jackson, the quarterback, under center in the I formation. 2 wide outs to the far side. Hand off to the first back up the middle, and that is number 7, Justin Blue. Gain of maybe a half a yard at most. Second down and 9, we'll call it, for the Bethel Bruins.
Kecoughtan's defense not giving ground on that play right there, Mike. They hit Blue just about the time he hit the line. It's almost as if the defense fired off before the offense got off its haunches.
This time we have wideouts to the near side. And the handoff, I believe, is to the running back. Is that Jihad Hudson on the carry?
I believe that was number 20 or number 21. I believe it's number 21, Demetrius Dinkins.
James of the Warriors hoping to make that stop.
Gain of about 4 on the play, 2nd down, or 3rd down and 6.
And there you see Dinkins going off the left-hand side. He gets one little block there that frees him up for a couple of yards.
3rd down and 6. Back to pass, slips out to the outside, underthrows his intended receiver, who was number 10, Alexander Wilson. That'll bring up a 4th down and 6 for the Bruins, and they're forced to punt after a 3 and out.
Trey Jackson got into a little trouble there as the Kecoughtan defense again pressing and pressuring the quarterback. Jackson got free. Wilson made a good move to come back toward the quarterback, and he was open actually for a while. The throw just a little bit low on that play.
Lawrence Williams deep for Kecoughtan. Fair catch is called for by the Warriors. Is that number 1 on the call?
That was number 2, I think. Thomas Kofi, was it? Nice kick by Alex Wilson and good coverage by the Bethel Bruins as they get downfield quickly, pinning Kecoughtan in their own territory near the 26-yard line.
So Kecoughtan has the ball 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line. In the I formation, quarterback behind center is freshman Desmond Savage. Hand off to Kofi, number 2.
And here is the lineup for the Kecoughtan Warriors offense. The tackle, Godwin. The guard, Sargent. The center, Harrison. The guard, Pauling. The tackle, Van Kinscott. The wide receivers, Baxter and Williams. The tight end, Schultz. In the backfield, quarterback Savage, tailback Cannon, and the fullback Kofi.
At times, Savage hands off to Kofi up the middle. He will pick up on a 2nd down and 6 play. He will pick up about 5 yards on a play. We'll call it 3rd down and a long 1.
For the Bruins defense, the end, Scott. The tackle, Smith. The other tackle, Barker. And the other end, Walker, Ricky Walker. The linebackers, King, Pretlow, Moore, and Paris. And the cornerbacks, Sweetenberg and Blue. And the safety, Nick Clark. That's the defense for the Bethel Bruins facing the Kecoughtan Warriors offense.
3rd down and a yard. It's a handoff to the fullback up the middle, and I don't believe he got it. He's going to be short. He may have got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
There was some nice diving there by the Bethel Bruin defensive line to stack him up there. And I believe you're right, Mike. I don't think he has made that 1st down.
About a half a yard gain. It'll be 4th down and looks like about a foot. So Kecoughtan goes into punt formation. Back deep for Bethel is number 4, Antonio Killebrew. Alejandro in punt formation. Nice spiral. Kick is taken at about the 32-yard line. Breaks a bunch of tackles and is out to about the 45-yard line. Give him about 14 yards on the pickup. That's where the Bethel Bruins will take over 1st and 10 with their 2nd set of downs here.
Killebrew has very good quick speed. He tries to pick his holes and find an opening. Once he does, he will jitterbug until he gets a bigger hole, and then this young man, Mike, has speed to fly.
You have flags on the play too, by the way.
Sideline warning on the offense, still 1st down.
Does that look like a flag over on the far side, just at about the 32-yard line, laying on the ground? It looks like it's yellow, whatever it is.
Yeah.
See it?
Yeah, I do. As a matter of fact.
That's where I thought the original flag was, but actually the flag was over here on the sideline. So 1st and 10 for Bethel, just outside their own 45. Jackson hands the ball off right up the middle to number 7 on the play. That's Justin Blue. He'll pick up about 3 on the play. Call it 2nd down and a long 6. We'll call it 2nd and 7.
Justin Blue gets a lot of action for the Bethel Bruins. I like the way they run and spread out their running backs. They use Hudson a lot. They use Blue a lot. You've seen Dinkins come in there. They'll also bring in Moore and Clark.
There's Hudson on the carry up the near side, outside the 45 of Bethel, all the way inside to about the 39-yard line. A nice pickup on the play and a Bruin 1st down.
Big gain there. And that was number 21, Demetrius Dinkins, on that carry. Picking up some good yardage for the Bethel Bruins.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Same player, Dinkins, number 21, up the middle. And he's going to pick up what looks like about 2 on the play to about the 37. Second down and 8 now for the Bruins.
Well, on that previous play, of course, Dinkins hit the outside, got around that edge, and picked up a lot of good yardage. They were hoping to see the backers spread a little bit, but they were still clogging that middle, and they tried up the middle and only could pick up a couple of yards on that.
Jackson now in the shotgun with split backs on either side. Back to throw. Over the middle is completed to the Bruins. I believe it's number 10, Alexander Wilson. All the way down inside the 20 to about the 19-yard line. Nice pickup and another Bruin first down.
Good route running by Wilson. We've seen this young kid before. He's one of the favorite targets of Jackson. He'll look for him and give him time to find the seam. He found it there, and Jackson drilled it right to him for the huge pickup.
Handoff this time to number 7 on the play, Justin Blue. Up the middle, not a lot there. Looks like he might have gained about a yard. Call it 2nd and 9 for the Bruins. As the ball rests at the Kecoughtan 18-yard line.
Yeah, that was just a straight trap there, Mike, trying to pick up a few yards inside and kind of pound it and see what happens. Good stand by the Kecoughtan Warriors that time to hold him to just a couple of yards.
Pitch to Hudson. Goes outside, cuts it back up the middle. As he's inside the 15-yard line, down near the 14. Gain of about 4 on the play.
Hudson trying to find that edge. You see the pitch coming to him. He's going outside. He's got a blocker in front of him. Actually has 2, and he can't get to that edge like he wants before he gets taken down.
3rd down and 5 now. The ball rests inside the 15. Fake to Hudson, rolling to his left, wide open. Nobody over there. He's going to get a lot. Oh, nice defensive play. But that's going to be good for it. 1st and goal down about on the 7-yard line.
Jackson did a good job of picking up some yardage there, but I'll tell you what, Mike, if he had just thrown the ball right here, he's got a man in the left-hand corner of the end zone open. He's got to step on the bag. If he just put it up, he would have had it there. But he did a good job picking up the yardage.
1st and goal. Ball sits at the 8-yard line. Bruins threatening here with 4:53 to go in the opening period. No score here so far at Darling Stadium.
And you are watching this game on LSC, your local sports channel, Cox 48, Verizon 23.
Jackson hands the ball off to Hudson up the middle. Gets near the 5. Like that's where he will be stopped by a host of Kecoughtan players right there in the middle of the field. Gain of a couple yards on the play. We'll call it 2nd down and goal. Ball rests at the 5-yard line.
Kecoughtan defense being tested right here, Mike. Bethel is moving the ball consistently with their running game and then going to the air to soften things up a little bit, and they've been able to move downfield. We'll see the last play right here. As Hudson gets it, he just kind of goes off tackle, gets about a yard. The defense for the Warriors is going to have to toughen up right here because Bethel's moving the ball.
Jackson to Hudson goes to the right, flips a couple of tackles, and slides in for the first score of the game as the Bethel Bruins will take the lead here with 4:03 to go in the first quarter of play.
And Hudson really battled for that. Give that young man credit. He was hustling. He was breaking tackles. He never stopped moving. His feet kept going. Watch this replay. He gets it here. Look at him go to his left. Now look, hit there, hit there. Now he's technically, because it should have been stopped, but he kept driving his legs till he got close enough to dive in.
And the extra point is up, and it is good. So, again, with 4:03 to go in the first quarter play, it is the Bethel Bruins 7 and the Kecoughtan Warriors nothing.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this on LSC, and you are, you can see it again on Saturday, October the 13th at 3 p.m., on Tuesday, October the 16th at 8 a.m. and 8 p.m., and on Friday, October the 19th at 7:30 a.m. and 7:30 p.m. And while we've got a moment here, I just want to let you know, ladies and gentlemen, that the first half sponsor of today's game is Beach Hardware, located at 1951 East Pembroke Avenue in the Buckrow Shopping Center. Beach Hardware is your friendly local hardware store with everything you need to maintain your home inside and out. Good place to go when you need stuff, isn't it? .403 left in the game here at Darling Stadium as we bring you the Bethel-Kecoughtan football game, October the 12th, 2012.
This is Jordan Shover kicking off for the Bethel Bruins. Down to number 1 at the 13-yard line. He breaks a couple of tackles, another one, and he's got a free. He's wide open. He's going to go all the way in for the score, and there is another flag on the Bethel sideline. Looks like somebody interfered with the official running down the sideline, and either way, Trenton Cannon for Kecoughtan takes the kickoff all the way back for the score.
And Mike, he showed everybody right here, and I'll stop because we're going to have a call from the referee in just a second here.
Sideline interference on the kicking team. Touchdown.
I hope that doesn't mean you get a touchdown for
Actually,
sideline interference. You get a touchdown.
It should be a 5-yard penalty, and they'll probably do it at the kickoff.
I just like the way he said that. Oh,
88 yards.
Goodness.
88-yard kickoff return, and they will attempt now to tie it up.
And I know we're going to hopefully see this play again. And that was just a fantastic run by Trenton Cannon, number 1 of the Kecoughtan Warriors. And here it comes right now. In fact, he takes it about the 12-yard line. Now, watch him look for his blockers. Do you see that burst of speed right there? He saw this little gap, and he just right through there. Once he got out, he was able to bust that one tackle. There was no way anybody else was going to catch him. That young man just had so much speed, it was over.
Alejandro in for the extra point. It's long enough, and it's true. So Kecoughtan comes right back on the kickoff and ties it. Score with 3:48 to go here in the first quarter play. Kecoughtan 7 and Bethel 7.
Well, I tell you, that is something that we've been able to watch right here, ladies and gentlemen. We saw an excellent sustained drive by the Bethel Bruins offense that ate up the clock and ate up yardage and produced a score.
Interference on the receiving team will be enforced on the kickoff. 5-yard penalty.
Glad we cleared that up. No, it's not a touchdown for that thing. And then just seconds later, after you saw a sustained drive, then you hear the quick hit from the Warriors. Boom. Bob, are you down there with me?
Down here with you guys. I tell you, there's some hitting going on, but that Hudson kid, when he made that touchdown for the Bruins, must have been hit about 4 or 5 times, and he still made it in the end zone. And then you see Cannon, man, the Cannon kid just running. I mean, I talked to Brent about that earlier. You can't let that guy have a little bit of space. He will burn you because he's got a lot of speed.
And, Bob, I hope you get a chance to see this game replayed, because when he got that burst of speed, there was this small little lane, and he just zoomed right through it, just so quick to get through that little space.
Yeah, well, I was standing in the end zone, so I was watching him come right at me.
Alejandro with the kickoff, taking that to 15-yard line, cuts it up the middle, and is brought down right at the 30-yard line. So Bethel, again, will start at decent field position, 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Corbin Baxter, number 3, with the tackle for the Kecoughtan Warriors on Killebrew. Young kid that I really like. He does a great job in doing the returns for the Bethel Bruins. He's another one that has some good speed. Just a good little running back there.
Ray Jackson, the quarterback now for the Kecoughtan, or for the Bethel Bruins. 3 wideouts, 2 to the near side. There's a handoff to Hudson up the middle. And he is brought down. Let's see where he's brought down at about the 34, gain of 4 on the play. 2nd down and 6 now for the Bruins.
Hudson kind of got a little bit of a tunnel there as he went through the line, and then the backers collapsed on top of him to not give him too much. You can see him, he just kind of right there, boom, out of nowhere, and then the linebackers just made the final play on him to keep him from getting out.
Jackson back to throw. Deep down the near sideline. Out of Bruins, number 11 on the play, and that's Jesse Williams, all the way down to the Kecoughtan 38 or 28-yard line.
Jesse Williams was the other target a couple of games ago when we saw Bethel play, and I was surprised to see him not start tonight. But there he is back in the game working the magic as he had to turn around 360 in order to catch that ball. That was some great work by Jesse Williams on that throw.
42-yard pickup for the Bruins and a 1st and 10 at the Kecoughtan 28-yard line. Hudson on a handoff, cuts it back to the left side, and is brought down near the 25-yard line. A pickup of about 3 on the play. 2nd down and 7 for Bethel.
Warrior defense shut down that time. They cut off the edge, wouldn't let him get around, and he was not able, consequently, to pick up the kind of yardage he wanted on that. But again, here we are seeing this sustained drive by the Bethel Bruins as they walk down the field, mixing in the long passes with the runs that they're having. They hit the middle, they look for the outside, get Hudson around the corner, and then boom, the next thing you know, they throw a 40-yard pass on top of you, and then they go back to the line again.
And the ball off this time to number 5 on the play. Again, Jihad Hudson up the middle. He will pick up about 6 on the play. That's going to bring a 3rd down and short 2 for the Bruins. Ball sits at about the 19-yard line. Ball down to the 15-yard line. That'll be a 1st and 10 for the Bethel Bruins. Keeper by Jackson up the middle. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. 2 wideouts to the near side. Hudson is deep in the I formation. Jackson takes the handoff and gives it to Hudson as he comes to the near side, breaks a tackle, and gets inside the 10 down near the 8-yard line. We'll have to wait and see where they actually mark it. Looks like the 8. So a gain of about 7 on the play. 2nd down and 3 for the Warriors, or for the Bethel Bruins, as they are inside the 10-yard line.
And here's a ground level. Here's a ground level play here as Hudson just kind of stutters around, trying to find the corner he can turn. And these Warriors just aren't letting him have what he wants.
Down to 30 seconds to go here in the 1st quarter. Hand off to Dickens up the middle, and he breaks the goal line and is pulled back. Now we're going to have to wait and see if he actually scored the touchdown. Looks like they're going to mark it just shy of the goal line.
Well, that was a close play. I want to see this on the replay here. Here's Dinkins with the ball. Goes up underneath. Comes right in there. His foot is, but the ball's not.
Get through, so it's going to be about a foot shy.
Good call by the refs down on the field as his foot got in, but the ball never did.
And there's a quarterback sneak up the middle, and the Bruin touchdown. So the Bruins do score here just prior to the end of the first quarter of play, as Jackson takes it a yard in for the score.
Well, that was just a matter right there of almost falling into the end zone. You're so close to it there, you don't take a chance of giving it to anybody. Jackson knew he could punch that one through. His line just had to fall down for him, and they did that. Boom, and he goes. Here's the replay of it right here. He just digs in and goes under. You can see how the Warriors kind of dove in under there knowing what to expect, but there was nothing they could do.
And the kick is up and good. So the Bethel Bruins, with 10 seconds to go in the first quarter of play, are back out in front by a score of 14-7 over the Kecoughtan Warriors.
Seconds left in the first quarter.
We can't do it till the quarter. We got to wait 10 seconds. Yeah, you want to do it now? We can do it.
And as security leaders
All
drop.
right, guys. Listen, I got Kurt Newsom here from Virginia Tech down here looking at some of these ball players and come down and get some home cooking.
There's no question. I get to see my mother, a bunch of coaches I know. It's a great trip for me.
Well, I know you're going to be here just a short time because you're flying out about 8-something.
Flying out at 8:15, flying to Richmond, picking up Coach Beamer's son who's recruiting in Richmond, and getting back for the game tomorrow.
All right, talk a little bit about your responsibility because you changed a little bit about what you did in the first few years.
Well, still those offensive line kind of meet with me, but I coach the centers and the guards, but you can't separate those guys completely because they're kind of hooked at the hip. So they still come in the meeting room, but we kind of spend a little more time separating drills and those type of things.
But, you know, it's always good to have you come back on the peninsula, but there's a whole lot of athletes for you to check out down here.
There's no question it's the best place to recruit in America as far as we're concerned, and it makes our program, and we want to continue to recruit this area, and I get to see good friends and family when I come down.
Well, we're looking forward to getting you back in the studio again.
Thank you so much. I look forward to it, too.
Good enough. All right, guys, I'll go back up to you.
Off, and this time it looks like it's the Warriors' number 5, Lawrence Williams, as he's going to get outside the 20 to about the 24-yard line, as we have 4 seconds to go in the first quarter of play. Kecoughtan will take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line. That last drive for the Bethel Bruins covered 70 yards, and it took 3 minutes and 38 seconds.
Not a lot of time, but enough to eat some off the clock. Decently. Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching LSC on Cox Channel 48 and Verizon Fios Channel 23. We're coming to you from Darling Stadium, bringing you the Kecoughtan Bethel football game.
There's Savage, hands off the cannon, and look out, he's gone. 30, 20, 10, all the way in for the score, and one play wonder now. Cannon with a kickoff return of 88 yards. And now he has a run from the line of scrimmage, the 24. That would be a 76-yard run for a touchdown.
And how many yards did he need to break 1,000?
Well, he's past it.
You think, look at this kid. Again, Bob, are you watching this young kid down there as he just finds that little hole, and before you know he's through it, he's 10 yards past it?
Well, let me tell you something about Trent Cannon. You can't give him the outside. You give him the outside, he's gone. If you remember, that's what Brent and I were talking about. I like this kid because he loves to run the ball. And I tell you, when I was talking to Kurt Newsom, and he was telling me how great these athletes are down here. You're seeing it tonight. You're seeing a guy that can run the ball. You give him a little area, and he's gone. He's just going to outrun everybody else.
And that was the last play of the first quarter. So at the end of the first quarter play, Bethel and Kecoughtan all tied up here at Darling Stadium, 14-all.
And one of the reasons is that young kid, Trenton Cannon, and I just wanted to make a statement, he's only 5'11", 175. I say only. And that's a decent size, but you usually see running backs a little bit bigger in the district. He's got some awesome speed.
Here's the replay.
Look at this
Watch
kid
his
go.
run.
See that little hole there? You know, usually a hole will close up quickly. You've got to close the hole up before it gets there. In other words, you don't want there to be a hole, period. He has 1,037 yards for the year already. 7th game of the year. 7th game of the year. I remember back when Brent was in school, they didn't have anybody get 200 yards in a year.
Now that's rough. That's rough. All right, Alejandro will kick off here for the Kecoughtan Warriors.
Douglas Alejandro, what a great family he's from. Nice parents, wonderful young sister. His brothers kicked for Kecoughtan.
Looks like Killebrew and Graves back deep for the Bruins. Graves at the 15, the 20. Puts it back outside. Good defense on the play that time, and the Bethel Bruins will start 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line. You know, if you look at the way this game's gone, it's been two contrasting offenses. You got one offense that has ball control, moves the ball down the field, bam, and score. You have another offense that uses one play and scores, you know?
And you're right. Yeah, it's like that old joke where you teach the guy about the game of golf, and he gets a hole-in-one on every one and says, well, this game's not too hard if you just get it in the hole the first time. And it's like Kecoughtan Warriors are just getting the touchdown off the first play.
All right, here we go, 1st and 10. There's a pitch out. Hudson around the right side, inside the 30, down near about the 28 or 29-yard line. Might pick up about 4 on the play. See where they mark it. They'll mark it at the 29. Gain of 3 on the play. 2nd down and 7 for Bethel.
Hey, with that Kecoughtan defense being stingy on an outside corner, they don't want Hudson to get around there. And that time, Tony, and I hope I get this name, it's either Late or Tony Leite. Tony Late, L-E-I-T-E, just shut down that corner, making a great tackle.
Jackson on a pitch outside to Hudson. A nice defensive play that time by number 21, and that's
James Zachary.
And there is a flag down on the field.
Zachary James there making a stop, but a flag on the play here.
We'll have to see who that flag is on.
Hey, let's send it down to Bob on the sideline. What you got, Bob?
Hey, guys, there was taunting by the Kecoughtan Warrior, number 21. He made a good tackle on the other side of the field, came and just made that tackle. Then he turned to the coaches on the sideline and give them, you know, hey, watch me. You can't do that. 15-yard personal foul.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense. 15-yard penalty, 1st down.
Oh, the 15-yard penalty against Kecoughtan Warriors.
Yeah, that hurts Kecoughtan right there and helps the Bethel Bruins as the ball now is brought out to the 44-yard line. 1st and 10 for Bethel.
Here we get to see the replay. And here comes the tackle right over here. Let's see if we can see it. Well, couldn't see it for what we saw, but he did it right there in front of the referee, and they certainly saw it.
Yes, indeed. Jackson under center. In the I formation, Hudson is the deep back. Hudson again towards us. Nice pickup block right there. And Hudson is all the way down inside the 35, down to the 33-yard line.
Mike, did you get it? Is that number 21, Demetrius Dinkins, with that block? Because that certainly was a fantastic block. Yes,
right
it was. There it is.
Ball down to the 33-yard line.
That was a good spring block right there.
Ball sits at the 33-yard line as the Bruins have a 1st and 10 and on the move again.
Yeah, with that block, Demetrius really set Hudson through that time, and he was able to pick up some good yardage once he got to the end.
Dinkins, as he's inside the 30 down to about the 28-yard line.
And here they go again, Mike. Inside, outside, inside, outside. It's just working the clock, working the field all the way down.
Dinkins in there to give Hudson a little bit of a relief right here.
Justin Blue leading Dinkins through that time with a nice block.
And of about a little more than 5, we'll call it 2nd down and 5 here for the Bruins. Blue, the fullback, right behind Jackson. Jackson drops back to throw over the middle, wide open in the end zone. Touchdown, Bruins.
And again,
There's Jesse Williams once again running that route, making a good turn for the catch right in the end zone. Watch this replay. Short little fake, and he drills Jesse Williams right in the end zone as Williams just turns around and goes up, and that ball's just laid right in his arms. You couldn't have asked for anything better. You might as well put a dozen eggs in his hands. He had that one all the way. What a great pass. What a wonderful catch. Jackson to Williams.
Point kick is up and good.
So now the Bethel Bruins moving up to another 7-point lead over the Kecoughtan.
See, how many yards was that?
21-14.
A bunch.
9:36 left here in the first half.
We'll have it here in just a minute. But once again, here we have the methodical Bethel Bruins eating time off the clock with run, inside, outside. And then what did I tell you earlier? Here it comes right here. Fake the little run, go back, boom. Right down into the end zone. Downtown touchdown from Trey Jackson to Jesse Williams.
9:36 to go here in the second quarter.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Hey, let's go down to Bob.
7, 8, 9.
Hey, guys, looks like it's going to be a high-scoring game, but I want to tell you one thing. You better not kick the ball to Cannon this time. You might want to squib kick it or something, but I tell you, because you give this kid a little bit of room, he's going to go. But can you believe the way this young man for Bethel is passing the ball? Awesome.
Oh, Bob, he is throwing it right on the money, and I'll tell you what. From where I sit, Jesse Williams has run 3 wonderful routes and really come to the ball. Only this time he didn't have to because that ball was right in his hand. Just a good connection between these two. But I agree with you on this. Kecoughtan Bethel better not kick the ball toward Cannon.
Oh, look at it breaking.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh.
He cuts it back to the near side. He's got one man that can stop him, and he's not going to. And Cannon has run another one back.
Bob, if you can hear me, what did you just tell us a minute ago? Don't do what?
Don't kick the ball long, fellas. Squib kick it. Onside kick it. Kick it out of bounds. At least they'll have it on the 35.
Look at this.
I tell you, Bethel works the ball down the field and works and scores. And you kick the ball off and Kecoughtan scores. You got to do something.
But here's the thing. It wasn't Cannon this time.
I know it.
It was Lawrence Williams.
Don't make any difference. Don't kick it long.
Oh, man.
Extra point by Alejandro is up, and it is good. 21-21. Tied up here. 9:18 to go in the second quarter play. Now, that wasn't Cannon that ran that back, right?
No. That was number 5, Lawrence Williams.
Okay.
That was number 5, Lawrence Williams. It was 89 yards. 89 yards. And I know if people see this again when you watch the game, well, here it comes again.
Yeah, let's
watch him. Now, Mike, he gets the ball here. Now, watch when he gets hit right here. Boom. He spun around, falls down, gets his balance, and then he gets tripped up, makes the cut, and he's gone. He should have been down a long time ago. They tripped him up, and he should have been down. But it looked like all of a sudden Bethel stopped, figuring the guy was going to fall down.
Hey,
Problem was, he didn't fall down.
Look at Trey Jackson for the Bethel Bruins is 3 of 4 tonight. He's got 91 yards and a touchdown. There's another one there for you to put out some stats with. What was that? And kickoff returns so far tonight. The Kecoughtan Warriors have 177 yards in kick returns and 2 touchdowns. Special teams have been doing pretty good for Kecoughtan tonight.
And Bob said a high score, 21-21. and we're only in the second quarter. Yeah, it's going to be a high-scoring game.
Alejandro's kick is short. It's taken on the bounce at the 20-yard line. That is number 1 on the play,
Corey Sweetenberg.
As he takes it to about the 32-yard line, a pickup of about 12 on the play, where Bethel will start this drive 1st and 10 from their own 32. A deliberate drive by the Bethel Bruins, and then don't kick off long.
I tell you, this is a fun game to watch right now. Both teams are it's like two boxers punching each other, and one of them is going for the body. Boom, 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 boom.
Now you got one that's doing
out.
nothing but punching out. And next thing you know, the other team swings one time and it's over.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. Hudson to the near side, past the 40 to about the 41. He might be about a half a yard shy of the first down.
Samaritan Sergeant
Gain
number
of about 9 on the play for Hudson.
And here you'll see Hudson coming to the near side of the screen here, and he's finally wrapped up by number 50, Samir Sargent, a 250-pound.
Oh, there is a flag down, too, over here on the sideline.
250-pound left guard who follows that play and finally brings him down.
Would like to thank the following corporate.
Holding on the offense, 10-yard penalty, repeat first down.
Wow. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, so that'll bring up a first down and 19 for the Bruins. As the ball is now down set at the 23-yard line. Pitch out to Hudson as he cuts him. I'll tell you what, he's a scooter, isn't he?
He is that.
Gets outside the 25 to about the 28. Maybe a pickup of 5 on the play. That'll bring up a second down and about 14 for the Bruins.
He got a nice block in the backfield right about here. Boom, that springs him open on the outside. Dinkins is just a good blocker. Finally brought down, looks like number 2 for the Warriors, Thomas Kofi, was able to corral him on the outside. But a good block. That's 2 blocks, real good blocks by Dinkins tonight. Done a super job.
Back to pass. Rolls to the near side. A lot of room to run here. And he is forced out of bounds at about the 35-yard line. Have to wait and see where they mark it.
Took a little too much time there, Mike. Once again, he had Jesse Williams that he could have gone to. But I think he has a little bit of difficulty when he runs to the left side. He has a tough time planning and getting that ball off. Seems like when he drops straight back and rolls to his right, he's able to find his receiver. But Williams twice now has been open when he's rolled to the left, and Jackson has just not been able to get that pass off to him.
3rd down and 8. Now as the ball sits just shy, right at the 34-yard line. Looks like timeout is now being called by the Bethel Bruins. So with timeout here in the second quarter plays, 7:59 to go. It is tied up here at Darling Stadium, 21-21 between Bethel and Kecoughtan.
And you are watching LSC, Cox Channel 48 and Verizon Fios Channel 23 as we watch the replay.
Let's see where he's actually forced out of bounds here. I thought he was shorted about a yard on the play. Okay, that's about right.
Short of that yard marker. Folks, we've got a great crew working with us tonight, bringing you these wonderful shots that you're able to see. On the cameras tonight, we have Wube Grube, Steve Fryer, Randy Bagoli, and Susan Bowers. Our graphics man is Andy Foley, and the camera control operator is Renee Camden. Our audio, Mr. Greg Lesko. Instant replay, the Oriole fan, Krista Campbell. The director, the producer tonight, Mr. Don Scharouse. I'm Paul Rowe, along with Mike Hauser. We have Bob Hintz on the field, and right beside us, Brent Musgrove, sending us all these great little messages in yellow like I'm giving to Mike right now so he can read you this information.
Hudson has 11 carries, 64 yards, and a touchdown so far tonight. 3rd and 8, here we go, and it looks like Kecoughtan will be drawn offside. That'll give Bethel an additional 5 yards here. That'll make it a little bit more manageable. It'll be 3rd down and about 3.
Encroachment on the defense, 5-yard penalty, still third down.
You do that again and get a first down.
They do it 20 or 30 times, they get a touchdown.
Third down and 3 now for the Bruins at their own 39-yard line. Jackson under center. Wide outs to either side in the I formation. Hudson is the deep back. And Jackson goes back to throw over the middle, wide open. And it looks like he dropped the ball as it was intended. Who was that, number 89 on the play?
I'm not sure on that one. Here's a replay. Maybe we can catch it here.
I don't have an 89 on my list. I got an 88. And that's DeAndre Thompson.
89 is 69.
Yeah, Turner Paxton. In the punt formation for the Bruins. Oh, nice punt. Taking that to 23-yard line. Ooh, I believe that is that Thomas Kofi, number 2? Or was it number 3? Number 3, that's Corbin Baxter. So a gain of only a couple yards on the return. Looks like they're going to give them about 5 yards out to about the 28-yard line. So Kecoughtan will start first and 10 from their own 28-yard line. Tied up here at Darling Stadium, 7:40 to go, second quarter, 21 all.
You better watch this right now, ladies and gentlemen, because this is the first time that Bethel didn't go down the score, and then Kecoughtan came right behind them with a big yardage run. Now we're playing football again for a little while.
Savage hands the ball off to Cannon, and he breaks the tackle and picks up about 8 or 9 yards out to about the 37-yard line. So that's going to be a gain of a little bit more than 8. We'll call it second down and 1 for the Kecoughtan Warriors. And I'll tell you, Cannon is something to watch.
Did you see how he broke out of that tackle, Mike? I mean, a young kid was wrapped up, should have been down, and he just almost yanked himself. Here, we'll see it on the replay. Right there. He just yanks himself right out. I mean, he's just, boom. This kid is phenomenal.
And off to number 2 on the play, Kofi. He will pick up close to a first down. Let's see where they mark it. Needs to get all the way to the 38-yard line. Looks like he's about a half a yard shy, so third down and about a half a yard.
How'd you like to have Hudson and Cannon on the same team?
I'd be giving the ball to Hudson to Cannon right here.
Good gracious. We are seeing a running display between Hudson and Cannon tonight. This is just amazing.
Looks like he's going to be stopped just short of the first down.
Cannon get in
the ball was handed off to Cannon, and he's not going to get the first down. He got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
He was wrapped up by number 88, DeAndre Thompson, and you can watch it here on the screen. Look at Thompson. Just goes over there and just grabs him from behind and wrestles him to the ground. Number 88, DeAndre Thomas, 6'2", 206 pounds.
While they come out to make the measurement.
Close, or you think he made it?
I think he's short.
Looks at from here. Well, got it.
Ooh. Not what it looks like from here. He just gave a
short.
first down signal, and he is short.
He's short, but he looked like he gave a signal.
Just shy of the first down.
Oh, I thought he put the first down signal. I was going, whoa.
I thought he was short. He is by about 6 inches. So let's see what Kecoughtan has in mind here.
4th and 1.
Fourth down and about 6 inches, and the ball sits just shy of the 38-yard line, and they're setting up to punt the ball. Watch the fake here. Back deep is number 4 for the Bruins. That's Killebrew. Alejandro deep punting formation. and they do punt. Killebrew takes it at about the 32. Swings and misses a tackle, cuts it back upfield. Nice run all the way inside of Kecoughtan territory down to about the 44-yard line.
There he is, Mike. I told you about him earlier. Number 4, Killebrew. If he can find the hole, he will use his speed, and he just did. Another great runner on this talented Bethel team.
Listen to this. Kecoughtan only has 7 offensive plays so far. And Cannon, in 3 offensive plays, has 85 yards.
Oh, Lord.
Well, just think about it. Look how the Kecoughtan has scored. Here we go. 1st and 10. The ball sits at the Warrior 43-yard line. Hudson on a handoff off the left tackle. Gets inside the 40 down to about the 36-yard line. Gain of about 7 on the play. 2nd down and 3 for the Bruins.
Watch as he just slices through the hole that's here. It's a nice lane for him. You run this play all day long, and most people will be happy because you get a 1st down every 2 or 3 plays. There you see some of the Bruins on the sideline yelling some encouragement to their team.
Jackson under center, in the eye, 3 wide outs, 2 to the far side. Hudson straight up the middle for the 1st down. Broke 3, 4, 5 tackles. He's now inside the 25 down to about the 24. What a run.
Once again, this young man ran into a player that he should have been down, but he refuses to go down right there. Look at him. He refuses. He keeps driving. Look at this. Another 7, 8 yards before anybody had took for him to get him down.
7 players made contact with him
23-yard line.
before he
1st and
finally
10
went
for the
down
Bruins.
after a 13-yard gain. 1st and 10 at the Warriors' 23-yard line. Dickens with the handoff straight up the middle, works his way near the 20. Gain of about 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 7 for Kecoughtan.
Making the handoff, running up.
Continuing to pressure that middle for the Warrior defense, and the Warrior defense at that point will have nothing to do with it. Bethel seems to kind of try to soften up that middle, and then they're really getting their yardage on the outside plays, just turning the edge, getting downfield.
4 minutes to play left here in the 1st half.
That was Trey Jackson coming in from off the sideline after he gets the play.
2nd down and 7. Ball sits at near the 20-yard line. Jackson again under center. 2 wide outs to the far side. That's a backwards pass to Hudson. And he's going to lose about 4 yards on the play back to about the 24-yard line.
They're making a stop on Hudson. Loss on the play.
Nice defensive play that time by the Kecoughtan Warriors.
Yeah, they were trying to get Hudson outside real quickly there, but the Warriors' number 8, Dejon Hogan, was having nothing to do with that. He smelled that one the whole way. Just denied Hudson anything there.
3rd down and about 12 for the Bruins now, near the 25-yard line. 2 wide outs to the near side. Jackson drops back, is being flushed out of the pocket, throws the ball in the end zone. A nice defensive play caught by the Kecoughtan Warriors, but out of bounds. It was intended for number 11, Jesse Williams, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
Looked like number 21, Zachary James for the Warriors, knocking that pass away. Good defense there as that ball was thrown deep toward Williams. Here's the throw. Now watch Zachary go up right there and get his right hand in on it and knock that ball away. Nice defensive job by the Kecoughtan Warriors.
4th down and 12 as the Bruins will go for it with the ball sitting at the 25. In the I formation, wide outs to the near side, 1 to the far. Now the Bruins will call timeout.
Bethel timeout, that's their 2nd.
Bob.
Bethel will have one left here in the first half.
Bob, seems like things have quieted down here for a moment. Are these teams just tired after all that action they had?
Well, I don't know if they're tired or not, but the defense is trying to figure out what's going on. Now, you'll notice that every now and then Bethel will try to kick the ball right up the middle, and that's just trying to keep them honest so they're thinking inside, and then they're going to try to get it outside. That lateral that he did just a minute ago to Hudson was not set up real good, and that's why it didn't work. Not taking anything away from the defense on the Warrior side. They were ready for that little swing pass.
Yes, they were.
Hogan did a good job on it
But,
defensively.
you know, they don't have a kid that can kick a 35, 40-yard field goal. So, and, you know, so what they're going to have to do is they're going to try to go for it. You got, what is it, fourth and about 11 or 12. So, you know, at this point, why not?
Exactly. I agree with this. I agree with this totally.
All right, here we go. 4th down and 12. Back to throw, being flushed out of the pocket. Let's see if he can run for it.
Andre Jackson able to get a first down before being forced out of bounds.
And that's a lot of yards right there for the Bethel Bruins as Hudson gets the ball down to the 3-yard line, and that'll be good for a Bethel first down. 1st and goal for Bethel. Listen to this stat, would you? Watch the replay there.
Yeah, back to pass. He's not finding anything on the right-hand side, and you know as well as I do, if he goes left, his chances of passing are slim to none. He's going to run that ball all the way, and he's got Green in front of him for quite a ways.
Bethel has 10 first downs so far in the game. Kecoughtan only has 2. 11, I'm sorry. They just picked up another one.
11 first downs
So
to
1st
2.
and goal at the 3. Let's see what they do here. Jackson will hand the ball off to Hudson, and he's pulled down in the backfield by the Kecoughtan Warriors. Looks like number 66 on the play.
And that is Michael Grimes, number 66, 6 foot, 275 pounds.
Good defense right there. He got through the line and was able to get him in the wrap him up solid in the backfield.
And I like to see that rather than just hit the guy and hope he falls down. This kid grabbed him. You wrap him up, and that way they can't go anywhere. Too many times we see players, defense, just hit a player figuring the guy will bounce off of him and fall down. And that's why they end up picking up more yardage.
Loss of about 2 on the play. Now it's 2nd down and goal from the 5. Pitch to Hudson. He gets around, cuts it back up the middle, gets down near the 1-yard line. Looks like he's going to pick up near 4 yards on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and goal from inside the 2. Now for the Bruins.
Looked like number 8 for the Warriors, Dejon Hogan, got a hand out there to trip him up. You can see it on the replay here. As you see, Hudson cuts back right here, and you see number 8. That was Dejon Hogan, just got a hand in there to trip him up and keep him from getting in the end zone.
Good thing he did, because he had a wide open lane in front of him.
Yes, he did. I hope he's not hurt. He's limping a little bit there. That's a good young running back right there, ladies and gentlemen. If you're looking at number 5 right now for the Bethel Bruins, that's Jihad Hudson.
Also have a Kecoughtan player down at the 5-yard line being attended to right now, as we have a timeout here in the 2nd quarter with 1:36 to go. Here's a replay of that last.
This is from our ground level shot. Great shot where you can see number 8, Dejon Hogan, get that hand in there. Good camera shots we have.
Is that actually Hogan that's hurt?
Let's hope not. May have been, but let's hope it's not.
Like that was him. Yeah, it was Hogan.
It was.
Got shaken up a little bit on the play.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you notice a lot of... Oh, I'm sorry, Bob.
All right, guys. Listen, we got 2 options here. Whenever Bethel runs the ball to the left side, they go over Ricky Walker, the best offensive lineman they've got. They'll either go off over his left side, over his guard position, or they'll go wide. That's the only 2 options they've got.
Well, let's see if they take your advice on this as they get ready for this 3rd and goal situation.
The handoff up the middle, looks like to Dickens, and he goes in for the score.
And number 7, Justin Blue.
Up, it was Justin Blue, number 7 on the carry. He will go in from 2 yards out as the Bethel Bruins have regained the lead here.
This was just a quick strike trap right through the middle into the end zone for Justin Blue to pick up 6 points here in the second quarter. Second quarter.
Point kick is up, and it is good. So the Bethel Bruins have taken over the lead here. It's now 28 for Bethel and 21 for the Kecoughtan Warriors with 1:29 to go here in the second quarter.
You're with us tonight, ladies and gentlemen, at Darling Stadium in Hampton, Virginia for the Kecoughtan Bethel game. We are LSC, your local sports channel, bringing you sports 24/7 on Cox Channel 48 and Verizon Fios Channel 23. If you would like to see this game again, please tune in on Saturday, October the 13th, or that's where you're watching right now, my apologies. Tune in again on Sunday, October the 14th at 6 p.m., Tuesday, October the 16th at 8 a.m. and 8 p.m., and on Friday, October the 19th at 7:30 a.m. and 7:30 p.m. Please remember, LSC, your channel for sports, bringing you sports from the Hampton High Schools since 1985. We've got gads and gads of video on games, football, basketball, baseball, soccer, softball, you name it, and we're showing it all the time.
Turner
LSC.
Paxton now kicking it off for the Bruins as he skipped quick, and it looks like it was kicked straight to number 50 on the play, Mr. Sargent, and he's able to gain possession. I tell you what, I think the kickoff longs have come to an end.
Yeah, I think they took Bob Hentz's advice and decided not to kick it long this time. Smart move.
But Kecoughtan's got a really good field position here with 1:27 to go, and they have all 3 timeouts here in the last minute and 20 seconds to go here, and they are down by a score of 28-21 here in the first half of play. There's a replay of that little squib kick that didn't go too far. A total of 13 yards to be exact. There's a draw play to Cannon. He bounces off of one tackler, and down he goes. It looks like he may be out of bounds near about the 39, but that'll be good enough to stop the clock. And that's a gain of about 15 on the play as the ball rests at the 39-yard line. 1st and 10 for Kecoughtan.
These running backs tonight are having a tendency to make something out of nothing. Again, Cannon virtually stopped on that play, and all he does is bounce to the outside till he can find some running room, and then he turns it upfield and goes. He and Hudson both have a knack for finding that edge.
Cannon alone back behind quarterback, who again takes a draw. Cannon this time not a lot there as he gets back to about the line of scrimmage, and that's it. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Looked like number 90 for the Bruins, and that's James Friend.
10 timeout. That's their first.
The Kecoughtan has called timeout. That's their first of the half. They have 2 left. 1:05 to go as it's still 28-21 Bethel. A lot of scoring here in the first half of play. A lot of fast scoring, too.
You think? My goodness, at one time there it was just they were trading punches, touchdown after touchdown after touchdown after touchdown.
Bethel would have a nice sustained drive and go down the field and score, and Kecoughtan would receive the kickoff and go down and score. That's pretty much the way it went there for a series of 4 different plays.
This is crazy here. I want to know how many yards he has on returns. Right now, he's got 5 carries for 100 yards plus over 100 yards in return yardage.
Got 177 yards in return yardage.
So he's already picked up 277.
Back to pass. He throws the ball to the outside. Nice pass, and it's complete. And it looks like we're going to end up with a roughing the passer penalty too, as the flag is thrown after the pass is thrown. So let's see what the call is. That's exactly what it is. So they're going to tack on an additional 15 yards to this play.
Nice pass and a wide open receiver.
Lawrence Williams out there.
Now this is the kid. This is the kid that went 70, 80 something, 88 yards for a return. Now he gets to the outside, and gets a nice pass.
Half a distance to the goal.
Roughing the passer on the defense will be onto the pass. First down.
So it's 1st and goal now for Kecoughtan down at about the 7-yard line. As the quick strike Warriors here tonight in the I formation. Cannon is the deep back. Savage under center. Hands the ball to Cannon to the right side, cuts it back up. He's inside the 5 down to about the 2.
And you missed that one.
What?
Cannon was under center. That was Thomas Couffet. I believe it. No, I'm sorry. It was Desmond Savage under. But that looked like Thomas Couffey. Number 2.
Kecoughtan timeout. That's their second.
It is Kofi.
Kofi, I said Kofi.
Thomas Kofi. Sorry about
I'm
that.
Goofy. It's not Goofy.
No, I didn't say Goofy. I said Kofi.
I said I'm Goofy.
Oh,
I called him Kofi.
I think there's a lot of people that might want to agree with that.
Yeah. Sorry there, Mom and Dad. It's Kofi, not Kofi. I knew that.
So timeout is called by Kecoughtan as the clock sits at 29 seconds, and Brent's sitting over here just can't contain himself.
I want to know, Brett, just let me know when Cannon clears 300 total yards tonight.
It's not.
That's
he's
all
close.
This kid's amazing.
So it'll be 2nd and goal from about I guess it's about the 2-yard line.
And I was going to tell you earlier, you see a lot of the players wearing pink for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. They are wearing shades of pink in support of breast cancer awareness. And you'll see along our field at times the pink ribbons as well.
Savage under center in the I formation.
Whoa.
And the ball's handed off to the up back, and not a lot there. It doesn't look like he got much. He was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And we're down to 19 seconds.
Yeah, that time they gave it to number 50, Ricky Walker. Now, we know Walker is talented, but they put him in the backfield that time and gave him the ball.
That's their last.
The Kecoughtan calls their last timeout. A nice defensive stand by Bethel right there as no gain on the play. It'll be a 3rd and goal from about the 2 now. So, timeout is called.
So, Bob, here's the guy we talked about the last time we were with Bethel, Ricky Walker, and how talented he was. And all of a sudden, they stick him in the backfield, giving him the ball.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, this guy is a great athlete. Who do you think that the coaches from Virginia Tech are looking at when they come down here? I'm not mentioning any names, but this young man he can do it all. He can play offense, defense, run the ball. But, you know, they have no more timeouts. If they don't get in now, they may lose the opportunity because the clock runs out.
You got that right. Now let's see what they do right here.
There's the ball's handed off to, I guess that's Cannon. And I tell you what, nothing there as he stopped dead to rights as we're down to 8 seconds as the clock continues to run. Kecoughtan trying to get something going down to 3, 2. They got the play off, but this is 4th down. And defensively for the Bethel Bruins come up strong here at the end of the first half of play, and they stop the Kecoughtan Warriors from scoring. So we're into halftime now as the Bethel Bruins lead 28-21, and nice strong defensive effort right there at the goal line for the Bethel Bruins.
I'll tell you what, those last 2 plays by the Bethel defense, they totally dominated Kecoughtan's offensive line, and they were in the backfield before anything else. So there's your score. Bethel 28, Kecoughtan 21. We're going to take it down to Bob Hintz now, who's with a special guest with a special announcement.
All right, guys, thanks a lot. I've got Beth Mayer here, who is coordinator of athletics in the city of Hampton, and I tell you, this is a great game for fans.
It is a wonderful game. The offense is just amazing. I'm excited to see the second half.
I am too. Well, we're going to talk a little bit about the Wall of Fame, because you've got a lot of bricks. You got looks like it's over half full already. Talk a little bit about that.
We definitely are way over halfway full. We have 6 that are in the making right now at the brick place. I've got another one that's going to be ordered, and so I would have to say that maybe we have about 20 bricks that could be purchased for this wall. We're going to also do a Dwight Stevenson plaque on it, so that'll take some of the area. So I would say we got about 20 more bricks.
All right, now we got a special one we're going to give. And, of course, we have dedicated the rest of the season to Scotty Bowers. So talk a little bit about what you guys are doing for Scotty.
Well, there's not a brick big enough to honor Scotty Bowers for what he's done for the community, Hampton City Schools, and especially athletics. I mean, we'd have to build a big memorial to list all the things that he's done. But we are going to get him a 8x8 brick. We're going to put some nice words on it, tell him what he's done, and we will get that up. We're hoping by playoff time.
Okay, because I know it takes 4 to 5 weeks to get those bricks. So you just say, okay, we're going to have brick and get it tomorrow.
Right. No, it takes 3 to 4 weeks. Once I get the order, I put it in right away. It takes 3 to 4 weeks. And then we have to wait until we have 3 or 4 bricks to be able to cement them in. We can't just have our guy come out and just do 1 brick at a time. So right now we have 7 that are on their way. We'll be cementing those in probably in the next 2 weeks. And then we're ready to go for some more.
All right, let's talk a little bit about our sign down here.
Yes. I'll tell you, I think that there are some people that that don't get recognized enough, and that is Jim Wilson and his crew with the Hampton City or the Hampton Parks and Rec. They do so much for the school system, and this is just one indication right here. John Johnston from the crew from Darling did this on his own. He decided that he wanted to dedicate this area to Scotty, and you can't beat the men that work at the stadium. They are top notch.
Well, I tell you, every time we come down here, this field is in such good shape for all the play that gets played on this thing. It's just amazing what they do.
And it is. And, you know, you only see maybe 1/10 of what they do because they do every field in our athletic department. That's Bethel, Kecoughtan, Hampton, and Phoebus. They do softball fields and everything. This is just one of the things that they do. And they do such a great job without complaining that we don't give them enough credit.
Well, I tell you, when I came out here last night and they talked about this sign that is says Scotty, and everybody knows that Beam Me Up Scotty. Yeah. Well, we miss him and just love him to death, and he's going to be sorely missed for this crew.
Yeah, he is going to be missed. I mean, he's still here, but I want to miss his face.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome. Thanks.
All right, listen, we're going to take a quick time out, and then we'll be right back.
Justin has a 3.2 GPA and would like to meet your criminal justice. He has dreams of becoming an undercover.
And back here at Darling Stadium, the Kecoughtan Warriors and the Bethel Bruins, as you can see here towards the end of the halftime period. It's 28-21 as the Bethel Bruins lead this one. And I tell you, what a wide-open first half that was.
Yeah, it's a shame it's such a low-scoring game out here tonight. I mean, 28-21. And talk about quick strike. My goodness.
Let's look at some of the highlights from the first half, and you'll see just what kind of game we've had so far.
You better look quick because these are quick highlights. Here we have Dinkins with a run to the right-hand side, and he just eats up some yardage and gets some good blocks. Now, on this one, Hudson just gets a short little cutback, dives into the end zone for Bethel's first score. Now watch. Cannon, kickoff, splits it, gets it, runs it all the way to the end zone. 70 or 80 yards, I forget what it was, I apologize. Touchdown for Cannon. Now, Williams back. A couple of plays later, finds Jesse Williams, who makes a circus 360 catch. And then on about 4 plays later, Trey Jackson with a quarterback keeper gets in. Now, here's this kid, Cannon again. See him split the defenders there. Once he gets into the range, he's gone. 78 yards and another TD for Cannon. Once again, Jackson going to the air, goes up top. Who does he find again? Well, guess who? It's Williams with a turnaround leaping catch. But Kecoughtan strikes again. This time it's Lawrence Williams. It's not Cannon. He's hit. He falls. He gets to the left sideline, finds a hole, and there he goes. Lawrence Williams, 88 yards for the touchdown, as once again Kecoughtan uses the quick strike for a touchdown. Here's Hudson again. He is just hauling it up the middle here, breaking tackles, carrying tacklers, everything he has to do, battling for that yardage until Justin Blue can finally take it up the middle, scoring Bethel's touchdown. And that'll bring us to where we are right now, 28-21, the Bruins with a 7-point lead over the Kecoughtan Warriors here, October the 12th, 2012, from Darling Stadium. Mike,
and two of those scores by Kecoughtan followed a long scoring drive by the Bethel Bruins. They were quick kickoffs that were run back, 177 yards in return yards for Kecoughtan and 2 touchdowns so far in the first half. And here are your first half stats as the Bethel Bruins.
Welcome back to
the total yards is
second half of football here.
It's really you can't go by what it says 152, but I know we had 177 yards just in return yards for Kecoughtan, so I guess they're not including that in there. But
this is just passing and rushing.
That's just passing and rushing yardage. Well, he says total yards. That's why I said that. Anyhow, penalties. There's not been a lot of penalties so far. 3, a total of 5 for the game, and as long as this first half is taken to play, there's been no turnovers. Either look at the time of possession, 15:55 to 8:05. That's almost a 2-to-1 ratio in time.
It's amazing. I mean, Bethel is just chewing up the yardage. Great offensive control. I mean, 15 minutes, and Kecoughtan, they're scoring on kickoff returns and quick strikes up the middle on 1 or 2 plays. There was one time Brent gave us the stuff. There was Kecoughtan had 7 offensive plays,
right,
compared to 15 or 17 for Bethel at the time. It's just amazing what's happened here today.
Bethel will be kicking off to start the third quarter play, and I'll bet you they don't kick it long. And they do kick it up the middle this time, and this time it's to the near side. And for the Warriors, that's number 3. That's Corbin Baxter, and he's breaking a couple of tackles and finally is brought down all the way out at the 48-yard line. Nice run back that time by Kecoughtan, and they will start with great field position. And remember, at the end of the second quarter of play there, the Bethel Bruin defense really came up big and stopped Kecoughtan at the goal line. Could have gone in at a 28-21 half, but instead Bethel maintained that 28-21 lead. But 1st and 10 now for the Warriors, starting off here on their first series of downs in the third quarter play at their own 48-yard line. There's a screen pass out to the far side over there, and great runs. It looks like that's number 5, Lawrence Williams, as he gets all the way out and down to about the 30. Let's see, it looks like in the market at about 32. Nice little pitch and catch and run on that play.
Yeah, that time Lawrence Williams set up on the left-hand side, and he just kind of dropped back, took that pass in the flats, and then just headed upfield 10, 15, 16 yards on that play. And we know he's got speed. We saw him earlier in the game.
1st and 10 from the 32. Hand off to Cannon. He breaks a tackle, comes out to the near side, runs out of bounds inside the 25 to about the 23-yard line. And that's a gain of, looks like about, that's close to 10. Let's see where they mark it. Looks like they're going to be about a yard shy, so a 9-yard gain on the play, 2nd down and 1.
Another case of Cannon making something out of nothing. He goes to the middle again. He bounces off the blockers and then just goes to the outside. He knows with his speed that he can always go outside, and if he can catch the corner, he's going to go.
Desmond Savage, the quarterback for Kecoughtan, under center. Fumbles the snap, and it looks like Bethel may have come up with it.
And here we have possibly a first turnover.
That's it. First turnover of the game, and a fumble on the exchange. And it looks like the Bruins, number 51, actually came up with the, that's Evan Scott, come up with the fumble. And they will take over 1st and 10 from their own 26-yard line.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, in the next few minutes, I'm going to try, as you watch the replay here, to give some of the game sponsors today. Today's game is sponsored by the Grey Goose Restaurant, located on West Queensway in Hampton. Breakfast menu includes their famous toasted buttermilk biscuits. And for the lunch, try the smoked turkey panini. It's very, very good. We'll go back to the game right now, and I'll come back to these in just a moment.
There's a handoff up the middle, and that's looks like number 7 on the play, and that's Justin Blue, and he battles his way outside the 35-yard line, near the 36, close to a first down. See where they mark it, to see if they give him enough progress to get the first down, and it looks like he's awful close. They're not even going to check it out.
Yeah, young kids, I hope you're watching tonight's game, because you're seeing some runners that they just continue to keep moving and grinding their legs, and that's something that your coaches teach you. Don't stop. Keep running until you're down.
He got the first down. He exactly a 10-yard run. There's again a handoff up the middle to Blue, and he's going to pick up about 6. Let's see where they mark it. 7, 8 yards as he's down at the 44-yard line. A gain of 8 on the play. Second down and 2. A couple of nice runs by the fullback on that play.
Yeah, they're getting some good blocking up front right now. Gibson, Walker, Smith, Maddox, Jones. These guys are beginning to open up some holes for their running backs, and they're doing a great job. Keep your eye on number 50, Ricky Walker.
Blue out of the game now. There's a handoff to the tailback, and that looks like that's Dinkins, and he's going to get to the 45 just past it. Depends on where they mark it. It looks like where they're marking it, he may have a first down.
Let's see where they put it.
Dinkins close to that first down.
And that looks like that ought to be good for a first down.
Good field level here. There was a nice block in there by Ricky Walker. He had a kick-out block that allowed the runner to get that extra yardage.
Official timeout for measurement here.
All right, Bob, down on the field, what have you got for us?
All right, first of all, guys, I talked to the offensive coordinator, Coach Johnson, and they're going to try to eat the clock up. And he told me that Hudson twisted his ankle, may not play much in the second half, but you see what they're doing. If they run the ball, they go over the left side, they're going right over number 50, Ricky Walker. So just to let you know, keep an eye and see if Hudson gets back out there.
Yeah, I see him sitting on the bench currently.
Yeah, well, we know they've got some other good running backs. I mean, you've got Justin Blue, you've got Demetrius Dinkins, and you can always use Nick Clark or Brian Moore, and then they've got that young kid Antonio Killebrew who does the run backs on the punts and kicks. So they've got plenty of good runners.
Well, I guess at this point, Dinkins will be the lead runner here for the rest of this game. And that's Dinkins on the carry. He's going to go up the middle for about a yard. They'll mark it about a 2-yard gain. We'll bring up a second down and 8.
All right, some of our other sponsors, ladies and gentlemen. Smith Brothers Funeral Home of Hampton, located in Phoebus, has been serving the community since 1862. By Tidewater Team Sports, located at Cannon Boulevard in the Oyster Point section of Newport News. Tidewater Team Sports is your one-stop sports headquarters for screen printing, embroidery, uniforms, and apparel. And the second half of today's game is sponsored by Eric Thompson, Realtor. Contact Eric to buy or sell a home or property. Give Eric a call at 685-3172.
2 wide outs to the far side. Jackson behind center in the I formation. Here is Dinkins with the handoff. And nice defensive play that time by number 50 of the Kecoughtan Warriors, and that's Sargent. Dinkins will pick up a couple yards on the play. He'll be shy of midfield. They mark it at the 49. Third down and about 7.
And as you watch this replay here, one of the last of our sponsors today, the sponsor of the third quarter of this game, Kaufman and Knowles, with offices in Hampton on Cunningham Drive across from Peninsula Town Center and in Newport News at City Center. Kaufman and Knowles.
Look where the ball sits. You see it?
Barely.
And look where the marker is over there. The marker's a half a yard ahead of the ball.
Well, yeah, they know where it is.
Back to pass being flushed out. And he throws that ball out of bounds, and that's going to be an intentional grounding call there.
That was...
he threw the ball away. You can't do that here in the high schools.
Not when you throw it directly out of bounds like that, no.
Intentional downing.
Not in high school. That's going to be an intentional grounding call on the quarterback for the Bethel Bruins. They may just decline it and bring up a 4th down. Yeah, it looks like they are going to take the penalty.
Intentional grounding on the offense. Loss of down.
That's why.
4th down.
Loss of downs, what does it? It's a big loss, too, all the way back to the 34-yard line. So that's that'll bring up a 4th down and about 22 on the play.
So 4th and 22.
So the Bruins will punt the ball away.
Wilson will be there to punt the ball away.
Oh, nice.
Man.
Punt.
Whoa.
What a punt.
Alex Wilson, where did you get that leg?
That ball was 40 yards spiraling in the air. Great punt by the Bethel Bruins.
Man, that was a great punt.
So the fair catch was called for, and they will, let's see, 40. It was about 43 yards on the punt in the air.
And up in the air. You could have gone downfield, ordered a hamburger, and had it delivered to you before the ball came down. You like that, didn't you?
Okay, that was good. Desmond Savage brings him up to the line of scrimmage. Hands the ball off to Cannon. And nice defensive play by the Bruins number 3, Pretlow, as he pulls Cannon down after a gain of about 3 on the play out to the 26. 2nd down and 7 now for the Kecoughtan Warriors. And I'll tell you what, if it hadn't been for that tackle, he'd have gone a long ways.
Yeah, he would. I tell you what, Casey Pretlow did a good job of getting in there. I'm wondering now if they're going to put somebody directly on Cannon for the rest of the night, shadow him, and not let him get out of your sights. Pretlow was quick to get there and stop him from getting around the corner. Whoa.
And right there at the line of scrimmage, and that is number 50 on the defensive play, Richard Walker. Ricky Walker. And he will lose about 2 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd down and 9 for Kecoughtan.
And I think Bethel so far has answered our question, Michael. Is their defense going to keep it up from where they ended the half? So far, they are. This defense is fired up, doing a good job.
Give your team some support after on that field.
Look at that nice crowd. We've got a good crowd here.
Cannon is the deep back to throw, being flushed out of pocket and sacked. And Ricky Walker busts right through the line and nails Savage all the way back at the 16-yard line.
Savage brought down back at the
Well, I tell you what, if there are any college coaches out there tonight, they're getting a show from Ricky Walker both on offense and defense. I wouldn't know where to put him. You go to college, you're not going to play both ways, but this kid's good enough to go either way tonight, and he's shown it all night long.
4th down 17 for Kecoughtan as they set up to punt the ball. There is a flag down now in the way back here near midfield. 6, 7,
That's interesting.
9, 10. It looks like they got 12. 1, 2, 3. There's only 11 players on the field.
Illegal substitution on the return team. 12 men on the field.
There's only 11 players out there. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's only 11 out there.
Must have been when they started.
Now they get a 5-yard penalty on the play. It's still 4th down now. It's only 4th and 12.
Correction, no penalty on the play.
There you
Still
go.
4th down.
Folks, Mike is sitting next to me, rolling his eyes and going, how am I not counting 12?
I'm looking, I'm saying, where's the 12th player at? Anyhow, it's still 4th and 17. Alejandro back in there to punt the ball away. And it's blocked. And great. The defense for the Bethel Bruins is really fired up here in the 3rd quarter of play. I believe that was number 51, Evan Scott, that got through there and blocked the ball.
Well, I tell you what, the Kecoughtan Warriors have got to be careful right now. with this Bethel defense that was fired up at the end of the half, continuing to play at that same level right now.
Let's watch it again.
It's going to be tough on the Warriors. They get in there and look at this block. Boom. Nice job by number 51.
Yeah, he blocked it and recovered it.
Evan Scott gets in there quickly, gets his hand on the ball, and then covers the ball up. And
first and goal from the 4 for the Bruins.
This might be the first time that the Bruins don't take 4 or 5 minutes off the clock to score.
There's a handoff up the middle to the fullback, and is it 35?
Brian Moore.
Moore fighting his way down for a gain.
Gets a gain of maybe 2 on the play.
And there you see Ray Smith, the AD for the Bethel Bruins, on the sidelines there. Great guy. I can't say enough about Mr. Smith. Fabulous guy, AD.
He's always helped us out a lot.
He really has.
Bethel and do basketball games. He's right there.
Baseball the same way.
Second down and goal from about the 2. Quarterback sneak that time by Trey Johnson in for the score, as the Bethel Bruins now will extend their lead to 34-21 with 5:46 to go here in the third quarter of play. So the turnover eventually hurts the Kecoughtan Warriors here in the third quarter.
And Trey Jackson on the replays, you see, just kind of slants off to the left and gets in there very easily. You're watching LSC, Cox Channel 48, Verizon Fios Channel 23. We're at Darling Stadium bringing you the Kecoughtan High School, Bethel High School football game. And, of course, it's Bethel's homecoming today.
And there's the kick. It's up. It's definitely long enough, and it is good. So Bethel now leads by a score of 35-21 with 5:46 to go here in the third quarter of play.
Yeah, the Bethel's kicker, Jordan Shover, very accurate, very strong leg. Very rarely does he miss on those extra points. Does a really good job. So a football night here at Darling Stadium. Football on LSC, sports on LSC, all sorts of sports. In fact, I heard a rumor that on LSC we have this program called Sports Time. And on Sports Time, this guy that works for us, his name is Bob Hintz. Bob Hintz interviews coaches and athletes of the past and the present from all the Hampton City schools. And you can watch Bob and the shows on Cox Channel 48 and Verizon 23. You can view in on Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 7:30 a.m. or 7:30 p.m. on LSC. All sports, all the time.
Well, that was number 3 going the wrong way that time. Casey Pretlow, he takes the kickoff outside the 30 and ends up running backwards and is down at the 26-yard line, where Kecoughtan will take over here midway through the third quarter play, now trailing by 14, 35-21.
I put my head down to check a stat, figuring they're not going to kick it deep, and they didn't. And as you see the replay here, they've decided they're not going to put that ball in the air at all. And I looked up and I saw the Kecoughtan runner going that way, and I said, what happened here? Did we change directions or something?
Yeah, he lost 7 yards on the play.
My goodness.
It's a completed pass, and I believe it's to number 2. Is that correct?
That is correct, Thomas Kofi.
That is Tom.
Pretlow and Graves there making the stop.
Gain of about 5 on the play, second down and 5.
Kecoughtan, not much of a passing team. They'll keep it on the ground when you got a runner like Cannon. Why not? But right there, Desmond Savage, the young freshman quarterback, going to the air, throwing a nice pass to Kofi.
Fumbled the handoff to Cannon, and it looks like the Bethel Bruins have recovered another fumble. And they do, and Bethel will have the ball again, 1st and 10 at the Kecoughtan 30. So Kecoughtan's offense is sputtering now compared to what they were doing in the first half, and Bethel's defense really has stiffened up here in the second half.
It really has. They have come out gangbusters right here. It's not so much that Kecoughtan's offense is sputtering, Mike, that defense is just playing tough. Bob, are you seeing the same thing down there that we're seeing up here with that defense? They're just sky high right now.
Well, I tell you, the coaches did not have real kind words and soft and cuddly words during halftime. They really got on the kids because they let Kecoughtan score so easy. The coaches want to get out there and keep Kecoughtan off field. 2 turnovers will do it.
And running back Trey Johnson this time fumbles the snap himself, but's able to get outside and get enough for a first down. After a gain of about 12 or 13, they'll have a first down at the 17-yard line.
When things are going your way, they're going your way. Jackson just drops that exchange at center. Busted play. He picks it up and just takes off around the left side and picks up a first down with plenty of yardage to spare. So everything seems to be working for the Bethel Bruins at this moment. Their offensive line is shooting off there, opening up holes. Their defense is just playing an outstanding game, and even the breaks are going their way.
First and 10 from the 17. Jackson under center. Hands the ball off to Dinkins. He will get near the 15, and that's about it. Gain of about 2 on the play, and they'll bring up a second down and 8 for the Bethel Bruins.
Demetrius Dinkins basically taking over the load at this time as Jaheed Hudson nursing a sore foot. And with Bethel up at this point, if it were me, I'd give the young Hudson all the rest he could get. You don't want to have him injured for later on in the year. And right now, things are going Bethel's way, and Dinkins is doing a good job out there as a running back.
In the I formation, 2 wide outs, 1 on either side. Jackson back to throw. And short throws to intended receiver that time, number 10, Alexander Wilson. Incomplete pass, 3rd down and 8 now for the Bruins.
Jackson's still having a tough time as he rolls to this left side. He does much, much better when he drops straight back or goes right.
Because the wide receiver had done like a button hook out there and was wide open at the goal line. 3rd down now and 8. Ball sits at the 15. Throw. This time he's going to keep it and run. Inside the 10 down to about the 9, but he's going to be short by a couple yards of a first down. Oh, look where they marked it at. They're marking it all the way down to the 7-yard line. That should be enough to give him a first down.
All right, here he is, the 20, the 15, the 10.
He's out of bounds, just inside the 9. And they've given him a good yard and a half further than where his foot landed.
My gracious. Well, that was interesting.
And that should probably be enough for a first down, isn't it? Or is it a 4th down? It looks like he's going to be about a half a yard shy of first down, so they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Jackson hands off to the fullback right straight up the middle. He'll have enough for a first down, but he's brought all the way back. That's number 35 on the play, Brian Moore.
Taking a handoff.
And he should have enough for the first down as he's down near the 5-yard line.
Easily.
So the Bruins will have a 1st and goal from the 5.
Brian Moore, the lead back, number 35. When you need a first down, give him the ball, he'll do it.
3:44 here in the 3rd quarter left. It's 35-21. Bruins threatening to score here again.
Got a flag?
And a flag on the play.
I know we got a whistle. There goes the flag.
Prior to the snap, false start on the offense. First down.
Somebody must have moved a little early.
Yeah, Coach Hooker didn't seem to like that. First and goal for the Bruins here with about 3:18 left in the third quarter.
2 wide outs, both to the far side in the I formation. Dinkins is the tailback. Jackson pulls or draws the defense off. They'll get that 5 yards right back again.
Cat and mouse, cat and mouse.
Prior to the snap, encroachment on the defense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
So all setting penalties here.
Looked like it was Hogan that jumped offside for Kecoughtan. The 5-yard penalty puts the ball back at the 5-yard line. First and goal for the Bruins.
And that's the interesting thing, Mike. It was first and goal when they were back 5 yards. It's still first and goal when they're up 5 yards.
Uh-oh. Fumble. Picked up by Jackson, and nothing doing there as he was able probably to get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it.
A couple of exchanges here by the Bruins.
Looks like Jackson's pulling out a little early. Bob, does he look like he's pulling out early on him?
On that one, guys, exactly what he did. He started to pull out, but just as the ball was being centered, dropped the ball, picked it up. He was lucky he was able to pick it up and still get back to the line of scrimmage. This is always when you're playing down here with your defense with their back to the goal, they're always going to get a little tougher.
Second goal now from the 5. Jackson on the keeper, rolls out to his right. There's a pass to the number 35, Moore, for the touchdown. And what a job Jackson did trying to waited until his receiver got open.
Yeah, he rolled out to the right-hand side, you'll notice.
To the right-hand side?
To the right-hand side this time. You got a receiver open right there in the corner, and I don't know why he didn't hit him. He waited for Moore to come underneath. But he had 2 open receivers, and he took the shorter one underneath, giving Moore a little time to come out of the backfield.
So the extra point is up. It's to the right, and it is good. So at 1:58 to go here in third quarter of play, the Bethel Bruins have really opened this thing up now. Lead 42-21 over the Kecoughtan Warriors.
And you're watching this game, ladies and gentlemen, on LSC, Cox Channel 48 and Verizon Fios Channel 23. It is October the 12th. 2012. This is the Bethel High School homecoming game against the Kecoughtan Warriors. What a game of points. 63 points scored in 3 quarters. In 3 quarters, folks. Seems like every time you turn around, these two teams are just taking the ball into the house.
9 touchdowns so far in this game.
Let's see what he has. Oh, that's your drive.
30-yard drive after the fumble by Kecoughtan. Took them 3 minutes and a 5-yard pass.
And here's that replay. You can see one receiver up top and then more underneath. And again, I point out, folks, he rolled to the right that time.
17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
Guess where they kicked it this time?
To the 40-yard line.
28, 29, 30,
23 on the carry there for the Kecoughtan Warriors, and that's Dominic Gilliam. Gain of about, probably give him about 4 yards on the return as the Warriors will now start with the 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line. And both offensive series plays that they've had the ball, they fumbled the ball away, and Bethel's took advantage of it and scored.
Kecoughtan's going to have to get something going here. 1:51 left in the third quarter. There will only be 1 quarter for them to garner enough points to make this ball game again.
Here's Cannon off the left side. Cuts it back up, and he'll pick up about 8 as he gets out to about the Bethel 40. Looks like about the Bethel 47-yard line.
You know, Mike, you see this kid run, and he gets around the side, and you see everybody get to him, and you think, well, he's going to get stopped. Watch this. Here he gets the ball on the handoff, gets right about here. People close in. You think, well, he's going to get stopped. No, he doesn't. He gets about another 4 yards after you think he should be down. Or at least I think he should be down.
again this time. Oh, what a defensive play that time by the Bruins number 3, Casey Pretlow. Right there, Johnny on the spot. He will pick up about a half a yard on the play, and he's going to be about the length of the football short of a first down.
Bob, have you been watching number 3, Casey Pretlow? Is he shadowing Cannon now?
I think everybody's shadowing Cannon. If he comes in your area, you better be keeping an eye on him because he will break it in a heartbeat.
Savage under the Senators. That pass out to the wide side. Missed tackle, but he was not able to get a first down, as it looked like it was it completed to Hogan out there, number 8?
I thought it was Lawrence, number 5.
Might have been.
Lawrence Williams.
Yep, that's who it was. He's still going to be shy of a first down. Looks like he got back to about the line of scrimmage, so it's 4th and 1 now, as Kecoughtan will line up and go for it here with the ball sitting at the 46-yard line. Cannon on a keeper out on the side, and he will pick up about 3 yards and just enough for the first down. That'll keep the drive alive.
Well, I think everybody in the stadium knew that he was going to do this one.
And at the end of the third quarter of play here at Darlin Stadium, the Bethel Bruins with 3 touchdowns here in the third quarter, out in front now by a score of 42-21.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching LSC on Cox Channel 48 and Verizon 23. And tonight's game is sponsored by the Grey Goose Restaurant, located on West Queensway in Hampton. Breakfast menus include their famous toasted buttermilk biscuits, and for lunch, their smoked turkey panini. And these are good sandwiches. I've had a couple of them, and they are great. Today's game is also sponsored by Smith Brothers Funeral Home of Hampton, located in Phoebus. They've been serving the community since 1862. Smith Brothers are here to serve your needs. Funeral Director Andrew T. Smith, Jr. And by Tidewater Team Sports, located on Cannon Boulevard in the Oyster Point section of Newport News. Tidewater Team Sports is your one-stop sports headquarters for screen printing, embroidery, uniforms, and apparel. Call 594-0411 and talk to either David Chubb or Terry McNamara. And today's second half of the game is sponsored by Eric Thompson, Realtor. Contact Eric to buy or sell a home or property. Simply give him a call at 685-3172. That's 685-3172.
Okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say I'd like to thank all of our sponsors every game and every year for their sponsorship in allowing us to bring you sports here from LSC.
Well, let's talk a little bit about what Bethel's defense has done here in the third quarter.
A lot. Two words, a lot.
Kecoughtan had the ball 3 times in the third quarter, and they turned the ball over 3 times in the third quarter, which led to all 3 touchdowns from the Bruins. 2 fumbles and a block kick.
And there's another loss of yardage this time. Cannon dropped in the backfield.
Looks like he's going to lose about 4 on the play back to the 47-yard line.
Getting in there, and there's that young man again, number 51 for the Bruins. That is Evan Scott, who's been in some key plays here tonight.
Yeah, don't forget Richard Walker, Evan Scott defensively have done a great job tonight for the Bethel Bruins.
As well as Casey Pretlow.
Especially here in the second half. So second down and 14. Back to throw. Pass is complete, short. Back to the original line of scrimmage, and it is complete to number 2, Thomas Coffey. So that'll bring up a third down now and 10. Ball sits at the 43-yard line. Good defensive tackle on the play that time. So third down and 10 with the ball sitting at the 43-yard line. Savage in the shotgun this time. That's an unusual. Back to throw. Looking to throw. Let's go. Passes through the arms of the intended receiver, who was number 5 on the play, and that was Lawrence Williams. So that'll bring up a 4th down and 10 for Kecoughtan. That one would have been still about 4 yards shy of the first down.
I'm surprised they came out of that shotgun. I don't think we've seen them do that tonight.
That's the first time I think they've gone there. So 4th down.
Well, you would think that at this point they'd kick, but, you know, Mike, down 42-21, you're doubled down. 10 minutes to go in the game. I think it's time you start going for it here. You don't have a lot to lose at this point.
Yeah, they might lose 5 yards on a delay if they don't hurry up. Savage is forced out of the pocket, and there's the 2 players that we talked about. Walker, number 50, is the one that started it, and the one who actually ended up bringing them down is number 50.
Evan Scott.
51, Evan Scott.
What a defensive turnaround for the Bethel Bruins.
And a big loss.
Since the end of the second quarter or first half.
Yeah.
This is just tremendous effort on their part.
About a 14-yard loss, and Bethel will start with the ball sitting at the Kecoughtan 43-yard line. I believe the entire second half has been played.
I am just really impressed by these guys you see on the screen there. That's the defense of the Bethel Bruins. They are working.
There's Dinkins with a carry up the middle, battling his way inside the 40 down to about the 31. Looks like they might mark it at 32. So that'll be a gain of about 6. Let's see, where are they going to mark it at? 42. That should be a gain of 6. Ball's at the 40, at the 37.
Watch Dinkins as he just keeps driving for more yards, Hit there, hit there. He just falls down and gets another yard.
2nd down and a long 4 now for the Bruins. Dinkins again. Off the left side, he's tripped up after he falls forward, and he'll have enough for the Bruin 1st down. And don't forget now, we have to consider who our player of the games are going to be in this one. It's going to be a tough pick for the Bethel Bruins, I'm telling you. Yeah. Dinkins again up the middle, inside the 30. Looks like they're going to pull him back to about the 30-yard line. That'll be a gain of 2. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 8 for the Bruins.
Second down and 8.
Just under 9 minutes to go in this game.
2nd down and 8. Jackson under center. And there is a 5-yard penalty for Kecoughtan jumping the line of scrimmage. Encroachment.
Prior to the snap, encroachment on the defense, still 2nd down, 5-yard penalty.
Make it 2nd down and about 3.
Remember, if you need the ball to ride home, now is the time to do so. Water helps.
Jackson under center. Hands the ball off to Moore right straight up the middle. He's shy of the 20. Looks like he's going to mark it at about the 21.5-yard line. That might be good enough for another Bruin 1st down. Ball control, eat up the clock, and that's what the Bruins are trying to do here in the 2nd half.
And that's what they've been doing all game long.
As they're inside, looks like near the 21-yard line. 1st and 10, Bethel, already up by 21 points, 42-21.
And who was that runner on that last play, Mike?
Number 35.
Number 35, Brian Moore.
Looks like number 32 is now in there.
That's correct.
That's Dinkins on the carry. He stutter steps his way forward to near the 15. They'll probably mark it at the 16. That'll be a gain of about 5 on the play. 2nd down and 5 now for the Bruins. Jerry Forson is the runner, number 32. That's the fullback now. Getting some playing time here for the Bruins. 2 wideouts, one on either side. Jackson under center. And he draws the offside penalty again against the Kecoughtan Warriors. That'll be a 5-yard penalty, and that might bring him close to a first down.
I don't know whether they're trying to draw him offsides there, Mike, or whether Kecoughtan is trying to pick up on something, but they have been.
Well, they've changed it up and now saying that there's a little bit of illegal procedure there.
Prior to this snap, ball start offense, 5-yard penalty, second down.
Second down now, 10 now after the 5-yard penalty. Jackson under center, 2 wideouts to the near side in the I formation. Dinkins not much there as he gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. That'll bring up a 3rd down and about 10.
On that time, there was a problem with the exchange there. The quarterback ran into the up back and couldn't make a clean handoff on that, so consequently the defense was able to get in there quickly. You'll see it right here. Jackson turns around, he hits the up back, number 32.
More. Second down and a long 9 as the ball sits just shy of the 20-yard line. Already 3rd down and 9. Dinkins on a pitch out to the far side. Nice run all the way down near the 10-yard line. He's close to a first down. Depends upon the mark.
There was a nice block there on the end of that run, creating a nice little hole for Dinkins. I don't know whether you'll be able to see it right there as he squeezed right between the 2 tacklers to get that yardage.
And they do have a first down. 1st and 10 from the 11. They can still get another first down.
There's Corey Sweetenberg for the Bethel Bruins.
5:52 to go here, 4th quarter play. Jackson hands the ball off to number 32 that time, and that is Forson. Jerry Forson gets a carry up the middle. Gets down inside the 10-yard line. Looks like they're going to mark it near the 9. Pick up a couple of yards on the play. 2nd down and 8 for the Bruins.
Bruins continue to grind it out on the ground, taking precious time off that clock as it winds down to 5:15 in the game. And you would think that that wouldn't be enough time for anybody to score 3 touchdowns. But we're talking about a Kecoughtan team that struck so quickly that anything could happen.
This is Karan Jones now on the carry for the Bruins as he sweeps to the near side and nothing going there. He's going to lose about 2 yards on the play, back to about 12-yard line. That'll bring up a 3rd down and about 11 now for the Bruins.
Bethel running in all their players now, giving some rest to their starters and some valuable experience time to the non-starters as they're getting in on this game.
Third down and 11. Ball sits at the 12.
They're winding down that clock, taking their time.
In the I formation again. Jackson hands the ball off. No, he keeps it, rolls around to the near side, and is run out of bounds at about the 11-yard line, well short of the first down.
Looks like he ran right into one of our cameras right there.
And it went out of my sight view. I couldn't see what happened once he ran out.
But they avoided you.
Looks like he got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. It'll bring up a 4th down and 11. Let's see what Bethel will do here. Will they kick a field goal or just go ahead and run it?
Well, Shover's got the leg. There's not a question. And he's got the accuracy. It's just a matter of whether they want the points now or whether they want to get some more experience.
Yeah, experience must be their word, because here they go. They're going to just go for it here instead of trying to put 3 points up on the board. Already out in front by 21 points. Clock gets near the 4-minute mark.
Yeah, well, this way they wouldn't have to kick off the kick team.
Jackson keeps it, and he is going to end up being sacked way back here at the 24-yard line by Kecoughtan's number 6, Nick Herrera.
Was it 6?
Yep.
Sure was.
So a big loss on the play, and it'll be back to the 19-yard line where Kecoughtan's defense stood up to the Bethel Bruin offense that time. They'll be having a 1st and 10 now, as it's 4:04 to go here in the 4th quarter of play.
Folks, please watch our games as you have a chance here on Channel 48 Cox and Channel 23 Verizon Fios. And if you can't get it on TV, please remember you can get it on your internet. Simply go to the Hampton City Schools site and then go to WHCS and then click on the LSC logo, and you'll be able to watch everything right there in full screen on your computer.
Savage back to throw is being forced out of the pocket, and finally is wrestled out of bounds at about the 23-yard line, and that will be a gain of about 4 on the play for Kecoughtan. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 6 as we're now under the 4-minute mark.
For the Bethel Bruins, number 14, Stefan Paris brings him down on the sideline with a nice little tackle over there. There he is right there. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a young man. That's Ricky Walker, number 50. Well-deserved rest for him as he's played a whale of a game tonight.
Savage hands the ball off to, who's that, number 1?
That is number 1.
Trenton Cannon. He'll pick up about 4, maybe 5 yards on the play. That'll bring up a 3rd down and short. Don't forget we have to pick our player of the games.
Cannon been very quiet in the second half tonight as that Bethel defense has just come unglued and unreal, shutting down everything that Kecoughtan is throwing out.
Now 3 turnovers in the 3rd quarter didn't help any, and that allowed Bethel to have all 3 of their scores.
Well, when it comes to player of the game, I like this. Well, I like it, but more than that, but that one's real nice.
Cannon up the middle, and he's got enough yards for a 1st down. That one or that one?
It's tough because he does it both ways, and he does a lot that we don't talk about.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, he's my pick.
They both have done an excellent job. You like that one?
Yeah.
All right, go with that. It's not a problem.
Yeah, what about on the other side? Because we can't go with one of them.
No.
But I got one for you. How about this one right here?
You got one. Whoa.
There goes Cannon off the left side. Breaks 2 tackles and cuts it back up. Look at the way he runs to try to avoid all those tackles, and he gets gang tackled all the way down at the 41-yard line. A nice run of about 24 yards on the play.
And look who's in there again. Yeah, if you're going to stop this kid, you're going to have to grab him and get him down. Watch how he bounces around like a pinball machine, and they can't get him down. They grab him, they snatch him, they hit him, they corral him, they just get all over him before they can finally stop him. Man. Oh, yeah.
Good job,
yeah.
Evan. Good job. Clock running down with just 2 minutes and 23 seconds left.
There's number 51. Is that Evan? Number 51, Evan Scott. Looks like that
Almost caught that one. Stretching out for that one, but a little bit short. 2nd down and 10 as we're down to 2:15. Is that going to be our 2 players?
I like them.
Okay.
I'd like to give it to a whole lot more.
Yeah, we're kind of relegated to only doing it to one from each team.
That's what they tell us.
How you doing down there, Bob?
Hi, guys. This is football weather down here. The wind is blowing. People are waving at Cannon when he goes by them.
They're waving bye-bye.
I tell you what, this has been a game that it started at the end of the second quarter when the Bruin defense stopped Kecoughtan from scoring, and from then on, as the defense has dominated the Warriors, they caused the turnovers, which gave the Bruins more possessions, and they took advantage of them.
3 turnovers in the third quarter by the Kecoughtan Warriors led to 3 touchdowns by the Bethel Bruins.
And they've certainly shut down Cannon, as he has only 41 yards on 9 carries in the second half.
There's Lawrence Williams again on a reception outside, good for a first down.
Of course, in the first half, Cannon had over 100 yards rushing, plus 177 yards in returns. So he was probably tired in the second half.
We're down to a minute and 39 to go here in the fourth quarter of play.
All right, why don't we talk about our players of the game then at this point? I'm comfortable with it if you're comfortable with it.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, well, so play here.
Cannon, look at him breaking the tackles and cutting to the outside. And, oh, nice. And this is unreal. Look at this. Did he go in? He did. He went in and scored.
Lord.
What an outstanding run.
Now that run should be taped and shown to players everywhere. That was amazing.
Watch this run of about 27 or 28 yards. Been hit twice.
Hit, jump, turn, twist, hop, split, and then has the presence of mind to get the ball over the plane of the end zone.
We'll have an official timeout.
And we have a injured player over there. So while we're doing this, let's talk about our player of the games.
Well, what I'd like to do is just give it to the entire Bethel defense, but we can't do that. Brent would have a heart attack if we tried that. But I am going to give it to somebody, and Bob's going to like this pick. This kid has done it all night long on both sides of the ball. He's even been in the backfield tonight. He has done so much, it's been unreal, and we saw him resting on the sidelines earlier. Our pick for the Bethel Bruins is Ricky Walker, number 50. He's just done a tremendous job in pressuring the Kecoughtan offense all night long, but particularly during the second quarter when that Bethel defense stood up and took complete control of this game, led by Ricky Walker. So that's one of our players. The other one, we're going to go with a little bit of offense for someone who really shined tonight at a time when his team could use a pickup. And that's a young kid by the name of Lawrence Williams.
Snap, encroachment on the defense, try for point.
Lawrence Williams just came out of nowhere, made several nice catch and runs at his wide receiver position, but then more importantly, took a kickoff. What was it, 88 yards for a touchdown. So this young kid, for his offensive output tonight, player of the game for the Kecoughtan Warriors, number 5, Lawrence Williams.
Well, you know, one of the things we talked about earlier was Mr. Cannon. And we got to give all the accolades we can with Mr. Cannon. The reason why he's not our player of the games is because he's already had it once already this year.
That's correct.
And we try to make sure we pass it around to everybody we can. But, hey, unmistakable that Mr. Cannon tonight has been outstanding, not only well over 100 yards in return yards, but he also had 190 yards rushing. 190 yards rushing for Cannon tonight. Plus over 100 yards in return. So
yeah.
Cannon did his job tonight. And by the way, he's probably kind of wore out over there. He was the one that was limping off after that outstanding touchdown run.
Yeah.
42-28 is the score. And it's still a minute and 26 seconds left as Kecoughtan will set up to kick off.
And there we see once again this just amazing run by one of the most amazing runners in the Peninsula District. And that is Trenton Cannon. Every time I see him, more and more.
Well, he needed 60 yards to reach the 1,000-yard mark, and he well surpassed that.
Yeah. You think?
Oh, look at this. The ball bounced off of the face mask of a Bethel player, and Kecoughtan may have gotten the ball back here. Let's see who ended up getting it. What a bounce. And the Kecoughtan Warriors have recovered the onside kick, and they will have it 1st and 10 at the Bethel 46-yard line.
This may sound silly, ladies and gentlemen, but don't leave your seats yet, because when you got a Trenton Cannon in your backfield.
Well, I think Mr. Cannon's done for the night. He's, I believe that's him sitting on the side on the bench over there.
You can see that far?
Yeah, I got my glasses off.
Oh, man. I can't see that far.
He was shook up pretty good after that run.
Watch this onside kick. It definitely goes 10 yards, hits the player right in the face, it looks like. Bounces back, and Kecoughtan is able to pick it up.
So let's watch for the pass to Williams here. Bad snap. And it looks like the snap actually didn't even come back to the quarterback. In the shotgun formation, and timeout is called by Kecoughtan. So that'll be their first timeout of the second half. They'll have 2 left.
Kecoughtan, that's their first of the half.
I'm not sure what happened there.
Yeah, the snap looked like he snapped it right up into his backside, and it didn't even come back to the quarterback. Bob, did you get a good view of that?
Fellas, I'm not sure what happened on that thing. I think he tried to center it to himself because it never got back to the deep back. But I tell you, you don't want to go away. I see a lot of people leaving, but you don't want to leave too early on this game. But like you said, Kecoughtan can score quickly.
Yes.
But this has been just an awesome game for the fans on both sides.
It really has. Look, 70 total points in this game, Bob. 70 total points.
Well, back in the shotgun again is Savage. Let's see, 2nd down and 12 after the timeout. Back to pass. Oh, almost got him in the backfield. Almost got him again, and they did get him.
This Bethel defense is swarming all over the place tonight.
That's about a 15-yard loss here, all the way back to the 35. Let's see what happened here.
And look at
Timeout, Kecoughtan. That's their second.
And look at Evan Scott, number 51, in there making that pressure play. Whew.
3rd down and a mile.
With Carberdell and
That's exactly what it is. It's about 29. 3rd down, 29. What you got there? Give us a little bit more information.
Cannon has 11,510 what? That's what it seems like. 1,151 yards for the season. 57, I'm sorry. 1,157.
And you know the difference between a little notch at the top making it a 7 versus a 1?
I just know it's a lot of yards, and it's only 7 games. 7 games.
3 more games to go in the season. Of course, they also have the Crabbers to look forward to here in a couple of weeks.
Whew.
3rd down, 29. Draw play right up the middle. Pick up 10 on the play, and that'll bring up a 4th down in a bunch. And that was on the Warriors, was number 21 on the play, and that was James.
Timeout, Kecoughtan. That's their last.
Kecoughtan calls their last timeout of the game with 46 seconds to go. And they got 4th down and 19 here.
With 46 seconds, ladies and gentlemen, please remember you're watching LSC, Cox Channel 48, Verizon 23. Watch this game again Saturday, October the 13th at 3 p.m., the 14th at 6 p.m., Tuesday, October the 16th at 8 a.m. and p.m., and Friday, October the 19th at 7:30 a.m. and 7:30 p.m. Also, please, on LSC, on Monday nights, Wednesday nights, and Saturday nights at 7:30, and on those same mornings at 7:30 a.m., watch Bob Hintz on Sports Time as he interviews coaches and athletes of the past. Bob Hintz.
Flag down on the play.
Going at the
Looks like someone may have started early.
And please remember, if you know someone, you can only get our channels, obviously, if you're in the city of Hampton. If you have someone who wants to watch our programs that not in the city, they can watch us on the internet. Simply go to the Hampton
Prior
City
to the
Schools.
snap, false start on the offense. 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
Simply go to the Hampton City Schools website. Now, the top right-hand area, you'll see a little logo. This is WHCS. Click on that. It'll take you to the WHCS page. Click on the black flashing LSC logo, and you'll get a drop-down screen to watch the program. And you can enlarge it to full screen and watch everything right there.
So Savage is tackled after a gain of about 8 yards. That's well short of the first down, and the ball will be turned over to Bethel as we have 35 seconds left here in the 4th period of play, with the score Bethel 42 and Kecoughtan 28.
And I want to thank some wonderful people here tonight with us. Our crew on cameras, Wube Grube, Steve Fryer, Randy Bagoli, Susan Bowers, Andy Foley, our graphics man, our camera control operator, Renee Camden, the audio man, Greg Lesko, who has worked his rear end off today. Instant replay, Krista Campbell bringing you all these great replays here on the camera. And our director and producer tonight who's done a fabulous job, Don Scharouse. Great job for a great crew here at LSC.
Final score will probably be 42-28.
Kecoughtan, or the Bethel Bruins, will take a knee there with 30 seconds left. They're going to have to run one more play, but that's going to be the final score. The final score will be 42-28. Bob, any last words down there?
All right, guys, I want to tell you this has been a game that you'll watch on LSC again and again and again, because this is a great game, great athletes out there tonight. It's a great night for football with the weather the way it is, and you guys did a good job up there tonight.
Oh, you did a great job down there tonight, too.
You always do a great job.
You always do a good job. I tell you what, they let the clock go ahead and run out, so the game is final now, as it is the Bethel Bruins 42 and the Kecoughtan Warriors 28. A wide open affair. He's happy.
Oh, jinx.
Jinx. This was a big game for both teams, and the Bethel Bruins came out the victors here tonight, and that that'll help them out a lot when it comes to the playoffs and the rankings. They need, because of them being Division 6, they need to have every win they can get at this point, because the Division 6 is so stacked, especially on the south side. So tonight's win really is going to help them out a lot.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you've been watching LSC tonight as we brought you the Kecoughtan Warriors playing the Bethel Bruins in Bethel's homecoming game here October 12th, 2012. A wonderful night, a wonderful game. My name is Paul Rowe. Along with Mike Hauser, we've had Bob Hintz, and up here with us, Brent Musgrove, bringing you this game live from Darling Stadium. We hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you at the next game from up in the booth.
So long, everyone.
Today's game was sponsored by the Grey Goose Restaurant, located on West Queensway in Hampton. Enjoy a wide selection of breakfast and lunch dishes, sure to please your appetite. Follow the Grey Goose Restaurant on Facebook, the restaurant that is also a bakery. Smith Brothers Funeral Home of Hampton is located in Phoebus, has been serving the community since 1862. Smith Brothers are here to serve your needs. The funeral director is Andrew T. Smith, Jr. Tidewater Team Sports, located at 11839B Cannon Boulevard in Oyster Point, Newport News. Tidewater Team Sports is your one-stop sports headquarters for screen printing, embroidery, uniforms, and apparel. Call 594-0411 and talk to David Chubb or Terry McNamara. Today's game is sponsored in part by the attorneys at Kaufman and Knowles, with offices in Hampton on Cunningham Drive across from Peninsula Town Center and in Newport News at City Center. Kaufman and Knowles. We can and we will. Beach Hardware. located at 1951 East Pembroke Avenue in the Buck Row Shopping Center. Beach Hardware is your friendly local hardware store with everything you need to maintain your home inside and out. Eric Thompson Realtor. Contact Eric to buy or sell a home or property. Give Eric a call at 685-3172 or email him at eric@findhrhomes.com.